Hello, Assalamualaikum. Good morning, Dr. Shahida. There already some testing suara, boleh dengar ke? Thank you, Chee, Kian Wen. I can see you. Thank you for opening up your video. It's good to be seeing faces. Okay. Okay, thank you, Daniel Gita. Okay, it seems to have 22. Jadi kita akan mula.
Ada lama hilang.
Okay, we're going to give a couple more minutes kepada kawan-kawan yang nak join us and just get ready. So while you are here, just make yourself ready and get the good states that you want to be in. Tarik nafas, hembus as usual. Before we start, maybe you want to grab yourself air ke, kan? Because maybe we're going to spend about 1.5 to 2 hours together. Okay, I'll see you guys shortly. So Dr. Iman, are we going to start this session?
Ready when you are. So maybe we can ask our dear students here, they're still incoming, if you are ready to start. Macam Chen Wen, Tanya, the first student to come in, if there's a prize, we should send it to you. Masuk lebih awal daripada I. Yalah. Daniel was also very early, the second person after Chen Wen, I believe. Yeah. And well, we are still here. We are 5 minutes after 10:30. If you could just text your friends, remind them cepat-cepat masuk kan. Kalau kata kelas pukul 10.30 patut 10.25 dah sampai kan. Kalau pensyarah yang suruh, dia buat tak tahu kan. Kawan-kawan suruh mungkin dia rasa pressure sikit, dia nak cepat masuk. Kan text your friends. 10:30 dah bangun kot. Breakfast pun dah makan second round dah. Kan?
They call it pengaruh rakan sebaya. So apparently you guys of the same age will have more influence daripada kami-kami ni. So anyway, bagi lagi beberapa minit untuk kawan-kawan lain catch up. Sementara tu yang ada, boleh tak text dekat box, just tell us dari mana, mungkin ada daripada jabatan awam ataupun faculty luar daripada FTK. You can just give a little bit introduction dekat chat box ini. And kita, because this is macam sembang-sembang kan, Dr. Fan kan. So it can be so santai, yet apapun kita nak kongsikan, hopefully dia akan sampai. Okay, can start typing dekat situ. For example, let me start with, I'm from JTKK, FTK. Okay. So while you guys are catching up, that hi Husna, JTKK. Ikram also, JTKM, good. Sedikit briefing throughout the session because saya buat dekat rumah. Anak-anak ada PDPR and then ada beberapa orang tengah meeting. So kalau terdengar bunyi-bunyi di luar daripada skop kita punya pagi ni, layankan aja kan. Just this is how it feels when we have to bekerja dari rumah, belajar daripada rumah. Dia akan ada benda-benda lain masuk dalam kita punya ruang. Usually tak ada sebelum ni dan sekarang ada. What we have to do, life goes on, we go with it. Boleh So kita ada siapa lagi ni? Oh, okay. JTKE FTK, JTKK Ashikin, Akilah Awam, Azim Mechanical, Alia Awam, Electric, Yugeshini, Chemical. Sebenarnya it's a program kan, JTKK is jabatan belong to the lecturer kan. The students will belong to the program kan. Awam. Okay. Nampaknya dah catching up to 61. Okay. Rasa Dr. Iman kita boleh start without taking much more time on waiting. Yang ada akan ada bersama kita, yang tak ada mungkin dia akan catch up selepas ni. And maybe they can also have another review. I think ada dekat YouTube ke also the presentation or the sharing. Betul Dr. Shahida, thank you so much Dr. Shahida for being here with us daripada student academic student committee FTK. Good. Okay, before we are going, I just Dr. Chan already reminded me of prepping it, and before we go into this class, or kita kata sharing dalam masa sejam setengah 2 jam ni, boleh tak I nak you bayangkan that you are this katakanlah cawan kan. You see my cawan? My glass full of water kan. So dalam masa sejam setengah, 2 jam, I like to use this. Saya suka gunakan metafor ataupun analogi ni. Ada sejam setengah, 2 jam of your time that you decided you want to go for this talk. Congratulations, tahniah, ambil tangan kanan, tap on your shoulder, say tahniah kerana ambil keputusan ni. Come on Chee, come on Daniel, that's good Daniel. Can I call, is that right? Chee can win. Okay, just good, give yourself a pat kat shoulder, kata this sharing walaupun tak kena paksa. Tak kena paksa kan? Ada pencara kerja ke? Tak ada kan? No, this is up on all you yang decided. So congratulations, well done. So pertamanya lesson from these classes, apa yang I nak kita sama-sama ambil adalah the first one. Kalaulah ini tertutup, you know, if this glass is covered, tertutup macam ni, can anything from the outside masuk dalam? Tak boleh kan? Kalau I tutup ni, tak ada air daripada luar yang boleh masuk. I tutup, tak boleh masuk. So first thing first, while you are here, sementara dah di sini, I want you to take your kedudukan, duduk dengan selesa. Duduk dengan selesa, betulkan tulang belakang you, betulkan kaki you, tangan you, you know. Mungkin nak kena gerak-gerak sikit macam tu. Make sure you punya spine tegak, duduk dalam keadaan selesa. Sebab bila you punya spine tegak, you punya lung akan expanded. So bila you breathe in, oxygen adalah optimum oxygen. So what we would like you to do is open up your mind. Buka minda kepada new things yang you might be learning ataupun benda lama yang you dah tahu. Tapi mungkin you akan dapat new insight ataupun new perspective from it kan. So kalau kita tak buka kita punya minda macam parachute kat atas kan, dah naik aeroplane kan, dikatakan okay crew launch yourself kan, nak lompat tu apa tu kita panggil parachute tak terbuka. Apa jadi Daniel? Matilah kan, jatuh. So the parachute only works when it is open. Sama with your mind. Your mind only works at its optimum bila ianya terbuka. So very good. The second one, kalaulah air ni dah penuh, boleh tak I masukkan air lain? Cannot kan? Air tu akan spill out. So in order for you untuk dapat rasa air yang baru, air yang you don't know whether you going to like it more or not, make sure your glass is empty. Kosongkan sikit lah. Sama ada you minum ataupun you tuang dulu in order for the new air to come. Same with yourself. Kalau you rasa you dah tahu semua, tak ada gunanya kami kongsi kerana you feel like you know everything. Sometimes bila kita nak belajar sesuatu yang baru, it's good that kita kosongkan dulu, kita kata okay, I will try this new experience, see what I like, and if I like it, I can keep it. If I don't like it, in the end of the day, I can always discharge dia keluar kan. So that's right. So the first one tadi tu, open your mind. Yang kedua, kosongkan gelas. Yang ketiga, Chee, imagine Rabiatu is also here. Bayangkan kalau cawan-cawan ini, dia berlubang. Kalau I isi air, boleh tak air tu fill up? Cannot, definitely cannot. Amir is also here. Lubang-lubang kat dalam air ni, rugi you ada cawan tapi cawan you lubang, you tuang air tak berguna pun cawan you. These lubangs are actually distractions. Sejam setengah, 2 jam dalam kelas ni, all the distractions yang mungkin akan mengganggu you, like I don't know, mungkin social media, mungkin phone, dah beritahu kat parents you nak attend this class, boleh tak lepas ni panggil you. So all the distractions you make sure you dah tutup. So that you can give your masa really for you. 2 hours, katakan maximum 2 hours, really for you to actually go through the journey and experience it. Okay, that's it. Tadi tu. Kedua, kosongkan. Yang ketiga, tambah lubang-lubang. Yang keempat, I think I would like to share this also. Kalau you drink air ni, you minum air dengan niat untuk air tu menghilangkan haus you, of course you will get that. But if let's say you minum dia dengan niat you nak make your body healthy, body sehat. So of course you akan choose air yang berkualiti. So you dapat hilang haus, you dapat minum air yang baik untuk your body. And kalau you minum air ni sebab you nak jaga body you because Tuhan already give this body to you. So you dapat apa? You dapat air hilang haus, you dapat bagi something good for your body and you are looking after your body because God asked you to do. So in whatever you do, my dear students, whatever that you do, always ingat, niat is number one. Your intention of why you are doing it is number one. So dalam erti kata lain, when you are attending this lecture, what is your intention? Belajar because you wanted to do it, to give something to yourself, useful to yourself, very good. Maybe you want to also share it with your friends after this. Mungkin dah ada 3 orang yang you kata, okay, I want to share this with 3 other of my friends and I hope that it will be beneficial untuk mereka, bermanfaat untuk mereka. Very good. And you doing it because of him. He asked you to become manusia yang bermanfaat. That is very super duper good. Okay, that's it from me. Sedikit apa kita kata introduction kan, Dr. Chan. Actually Dr. Chan, yeah, dia ada dekat sini. So yeah, I hand over to you, Dr. Chan. Go on.
Hey, right. Morning again, guys. So we are still having people coming in, and I believe quite a handful will be doing FB as well. So apa-apa pun, pelajar kat FTK jumlahnya dalam 2,000, lebih kurang 2,000. We don't know how many will be coming in. The purpose of having this program is especially for you sebenarnya. And if you recall, we had one of these earlier this semester, and in between we had another one. But sometimes it is due to time constraint and all, it's limited to a certain faculty ke apa-apa macam tu kan. But whatever it is, we hope that this program that this time around we memang blast to all the students lah, dengan harapan going into your study week. Today is the beginning of your study week kan. After one whole semester of real struggle lah. Real struggle. Nobody doubts that. Memang struggle. We know that, trust me. We at the university, we at the faculty, we totally understand that it's a big struggle. It has been the kira-kira macam tu 2 semester setengah dah, betul tak? 2 semester setengah dah struggle lah. Tough sungguh. Kalau yang year 1 sem 1 tu lagi tak pernah jejak kaki kat kampus pun. Kalau ia pun mungkin sampai ke yang balik hari tu ada kelonggaran sikit, mungkin sampai ke college saja lah kan. Tak pernah dapat hirup udara, dapat jejak kaki sampai ke faculty contohnya. Tapi tak apa, it's okay. As for the others yang senior students, mungkin decide masuk saya terus tak dapat datang ke campus. So it's not easy. No one says it's easy, right? And the faculty, the university is aware and totally agree with you, right? It is a tough time. Nonetheless, saya dah cakap tough, susah, gini gitu. Dengar tak ayat-ayat tu, kata-kata tu tidak membantu lah. The more I say, the more rasa berat kat shoulder tu. You notice or not? Daniel bagus lah, senyum je. Saya cakap negatif, dia senyum, positif pun senyum. Half negatif, half positif, macam bagus tu. And we ambil iktibar, we learn from people. You see, bila Daniel senyum tu, what you see is that I nampak kebetulan depan saya kan, bila dia senyum tu, bila I nak cakap benda yang sedih tu pun kurang sedih. Level 1 to 10 kan kurang sedih. Betul tak, Chen Wen? You look at Daniel's face, senyum je. Chen Wen senyum je. So terpanggil nak senyum. Kalau tengok dia senyum macam tu kan, walaupun tengah cakap sesuatu yang sedih, tengah frust pun, reda sikit lah. Gitu. So that is number 1. We are going to go along today in our sharing session that we'll see, my dear students kan. Dr. Angzzas is going to show you how by changing this our physiology. Physiology sounds a very high-tech word lah. Macam orang JTKK dia tahu kat doktor dia tahu apa benda tu physiology kan. Basically physiology is just inside or outside the way our body function, termasuk senyum. You know how many muscles in order for us to senyum? You ada pernah terbaca tak? You boleh terus Google kot. Sekarang kan zaman IT, kalau lecturer tanya sesuatu kat depan, tak payah terpinga-pinga tengok muka dinding ke, tengok muka kawan, tak payah, terus Google. And if your lecturer say something, you tak payah ke, you pun terus Google lah, betul ke tak kan? Macam tu lah. Tapi kalau dapati pensyarah salah, jangan angkat tangan pergi bagi tahu. For nothing, tak buat orang, jaga tutup aib orang, tak payah nak memalukan orang kan. But there are many muscles. The long and short of it is that in order for manusia to smile, right? In order for us to smile, it takes many muscles. However, for us to tarik muka panjang, muncung daripada sini sampai ke batu pahat dan kembali, Pinocchio punya hidung kalah. It takes more muscle. More. So it's like if the ratio is like 1 to 10. It's easier to smile than to pull muka panjang lah, senang cakap macam tu lah. Sebenarnya. That is very anti-logic kan. When you smile, cuba smile. You notice that you need to lift up your lips, lift up your cheekbones. A lot of work lah sebenarnya kan. Mata semua tak angkat. Cuba tengok. Cuba tengok screen sendiri. Buat video kan. I nak smile. Banyak usaha tu. Anti-gravity lah. Anti-gravity kalau kat dunia ni, kat bumi ni, anti-aging, all the effort they do, anti-aging cream, krim, lotion, minyak, entah apa-apa lagi lah. Yang sapu sini, sapu sana lah, macam-macam. Anti-aging is all anti-gravity. But it takes a lot less effort to smile actually. Anti-gravity to lift up all your muscles to smile. Than to pull everything down, ikut gravity and be upset. Betapa hebatnya ciptaan Tuhan. It's anti-logic and yet it happens, kan? So my dear students, for this morning, nobody likes a morning lecture, but this is not a lecture. Alright, this is not a lecture. Your lecture ended last Thursday. Alright, this is just a sharing session and we expect you to have a lot of engagement with us. Kejap lagi ada dancing ni, okay? Ada dancing, so jangan ingat duduk diam-diam macam tu. Mastura, jangan duduk diam-diam macam tu. Kalau tudung belum elok-elokkan, kena pergi elok-elokkan dulu. Nanti kena buka kamera, kena sama-sama. Dr. Angzzas dah sediakan few dances. Dia kena dance. Okay. So yeah, I think that is about all the mukadimah from me. We are coming to 10 more minutes to 11. Remember, my dear students, just sit back and relax. Relax. This is not a kuliah ulang. Kuliah ended last Thursday. This is not a kuliah. You are supposed to feel relaxed, and open up. Try to gain as much as you can from this small discussion that we have. And we would very much, myself and Dr. Angzzas, more importantly, we would very much like to hear your questions. What are your concerns going into the exam, so on and so forth. All right, so I hand it over back to Dr. Angzzas, and I think I'll start the slides.
Oh yes, let us start the slide. Okay, one quick tips on how to remember this sharing adalah maybe ambil satu tempat dekat dapur rumah you ke ataupun bilik tidur ke yang mana you ada letak, for example katakanlah dapur kan macam dapur rumah I, masuk dapur sebelah kiri ada oven. So oven is my first place. Gerak sebelah tu, that is my second place. So sebelah lagi ada sinki. So sebelah lagi ada washing machine contoh, ada fridge. So cuba create ada 7 location dalam rumah you yang you lepas ni you nak pergi from one point to another. Boleh? So just have that quick bayangan ataupun just mental visit to your kitchen or to your room and pilih 7 location yang mana you akan pergi one after another. So Dr. Chan akan kongsi 7 tips and I would like to show you how you can remember all these 7 tips by the end of our session just by putting them dekat tempat-tempat tu. Contoh tadi kan, katakanlah siapa? Akilah boleh tolong type, Akilah Umar. You nak pilih mana? Kitchen ke ya bilik tidur? Did you already have the 7 places that you want to associate dengan tips yang Dr. Chan akan share pagi ni? Ada tak? Akilah ke, Chee ke, Daniel, do you already have? I rasa kan akan minta tolong Daniel dengan Chee menjadi I punya apa kita panggil? Facilitator. Sebab I nampak muka diorang, I rasa happy teruja untuk keep on giving. Boleh? Daniel? Cuba nak dengar sikit suara Daniel. Do you already have tempat yang I kata 7 tadi?
Hello, Professor. Yes,
Yeah.
There ada 7 tempat. So does it has to be inside the house or sometimes outside of my house?
Okay, outside of your house? Kat mana tu?
Near my garden.
Okay, so in your garden tempat apa yang you ambil? Boleh, actually jawapan dia boleh, cuma I just wanted to know when you want to walk in your garden, kan berjalan dekat garden, of course you akan go from one point to another kan? So did you choose these 7 location berdasarkan mana you akan pergi dulu, lepas you akan pergi dulu?
Okay, first garden, second ruang tamu lemas saya Indonesia.
Oh, tu dah masuk dalam rumah balik. Just choose one small location. Kalau dekat garden tu mungkin ada pokok A, lepas tu pokok B, ada susunan dia. Lepas tu mungkin ada water feature, mungkin ada pokok C. So kalau you boleh bayangkan macam tu, we can just go start now. Boleh?
Boleh.
Right. Do not be too critical about things. Kita just enjoy and experience this. Okay, Dr. Iman, what is our next slide?
Okay, here we go, students. I hope you are in the right room ya. Kok pagi ni ada benda lain tapi masuk kelas Zoom termasuk kat sini
Salah
pula
masuk
hilang
check
keluar.
balik
Tersalah pula diizinkan keluar ya. Kalau ada appointment dengan orang lain, it's okay. Today this particular session is this room is mine for final exam ya, bukan main prep for Zoom or pembelian dekat
class, yeah.
Lazada apa or whatever that is. Okay guys. Right, here we go. Just very quickly, just in case yang masuk lambat tadi tak berapa perasan dan kokot yang bukan daripada JTK atau JTKK, you are here on air with Dr. Angzzas from JTKK team ya. Saya dari JTKA awam. Some students we already know, some students we don't know. So selamat berkenalan. Let's start Okay. I have some questions for you. Pensyarah kan macam tu punya kan, memang teruk punya lah. Masuk-masuk kelas mesti ada soalan punya, macam quiz. Tak, bukan quiz. This is just to start us thinking. Pagi start engine kena warm up sikit Kita dah tinggal lama sangat. So exam is coming. What bothers you the most? Exam is coming kan. Kalau yang tengok itu Game of Thrones when I wrote this down with Dr. Angzzas that exam is coming, that winter is coming. Those who watch, it's like a trendy thing to say. Of course, Game of Thrones has ended so long ago. Did Jon Snow die and come back? And it's okay. Anyway, exam is coming. So what bothers you the most? Right, come on, guys. Just type it down in the text box. What bothers you? The first thing that comes to your mind. Don't need to think so much. Just what's the first thing that comes to mind? Exam is just around the corner. 1 week time, we have the exam coming in. What bothers you the most? What worries you the most? Come on. Just type it out.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I promise you that kelas ni dia memang kena ada engagement punya. And lagi banyak you engage, lagi banyak you dapat. Pernah pergi tengok orang pergi dekat team park kan? Tengok orang main roller coaster. Tengok je dengan actually going on the roller coaster. Mana lagi you experience? Kalau tak ada orang kata tak boleh, betul saya tak berani nak main roller coaster. Paintball ke? Tengok orang main paintball dengan you actually pergi main paintball tu. Which one lagi more engaging and lagi more menyerap masuk? Of course those yang ambil that decide to do that, play around, play with, itu yang akan lagi cepat dapat. So come on, write up, apa yang mengganggu you sekarang ni kan, dalam keadaan exam is coming lagi seminggu, dan kena pula kelas dekat rumah, PDPR dan sebagainya. Apa yang mengganggu you? So we will like to gather that dalam chat box. Type it up. Come on guys, be sporting here, be sportive. Kita tahu pukul 10.30 dekat pukul 11, perut pun dah grumbly, but that's okay.
Okay, I think I'm gonna share
Ataupun ni Daniel, sorry, kita this session kita ambil slot untuk type out dekat box, boleh?
Okay, boleh.
Banyak lagi soalan-soalan nanti. We just have the answer in the type box. Apa yang
pagi nak suruh gerakkan jari sikit semua tap sikit. What is the thing that bothers you?
Okay, Marshall kata line problem. Itu ayat penyata ke? Itu ayat betul line punya problem ke? Ataupun memang itu masalah yang disturb bothers you sekarang? Marshall? Okay, open up my notes bag. Oh, susahnya. Lepas tu Imran kata preparation for exam. A lot of subjects to cover in short 1 week. Wow. Okay, lagi. We can have 2 more. Jom, kita dapatkan dua lagi. I rasa bila tengok, okay, now everybody can relate dengan Marshall. Memang line is geramnya. I pun ada masalah line yang tenggelam timbul. You
have assignment. Wow.
Family distractions, we admit that also happen. Tiba-tiba nanti seorang tiba-tiba muncul kat sini, seorang distraction from drama. Family punya drama or drama TV? Okay. Afraid that lecturer do not receive my answer. Okay, so kalau you afraid, what would you do? Situation at home, drama TV. Oh, okay, drama TV. Drama TV pun jadi masalah.
Apa sinetron?
Sinetron. Okay, good. Right, now we generally got the idea. Family distraction. Banyak juga kita dengar distractions Situation at home, drama, TV, also distraction. Laziness. Thank you Azim for being sincere with us. Distraction from the own feeling. Lazy. Okay, doctor, let us go to the next slide.
Right, thank you for the answers. Let's move on. Second question.
Okay.
Come on, students. if you could, all right, if you could, now jump out from the previous frame, forget about that dah. Urongan sebab fikirkan all the things that keep you worried or keep you awake in the night, chuck it aside. It was just a question, right? Now let's jump into another frame. Macam kita main Mario, the next stage dah. What is the greatest skill you would like to have? Anything under the sun, anything beyond the sun. So it could be something that is supernatural. There's so many of these superheroes punya wayang around, so you may be tempted to want to fly. Write it down, come on quickly, in your text box. The first one that comes to mind, what is the one skill that you would like to have? One aja. The greatest skill.
For example, katakan Tan Kirin tadi, distraction from a family drama. So what would be the skill that you wanted to have? Azim pun sama. Azim kata malasnya, lazy. Apa skill yang you nak? Kan, apa lagi? Mastura kata ada family distraction. Mungkin ada tak skill yang you nak? So, yeah. Can understand instantly after reading. Wow, that is a superpower. Baca scan je, macam pernah tengok Doraemon tak dulu? Pernah tengok Doraemon Dr. Chee? Dia tulis semua nota dia dekat roti, lepas tu dia makan. Besok nak exam ni, so dia cramming. So everything is actually inside. Happen the next day dia pergi toilet, habis semua kena buang. That's just a joke. Right, fast learner, focus. Okay, apa lagi? Siapa lagi? The skill that can fulfill all my wish. Wow, this is like kita kena ada genie lamp tu. Gosok sekali keluar, I am your genie, your wish is my command. Kalau kita ada that lamp, wouldn't that be so powerful kan? Okay, focus and fast remember. Right, okay. Kalau I tengok all the jawapan ni kan, Dr. Chan kan, sebenarnya ada survey yang dibuat online sejak masa kita punya COVID PKP MCO hari tu, was conducted by US punya survey platform. And Mira kata time manipulation, nak jadi macam doktor, what was the doctor name yang boleh main masa tu? Doctor Strange. Boleh pakai rantai tu kan, kruk boleh patah balik bila pergi depan kan, semua dah dalam kepala B. So, bila di survey buat, and dia tanya orang, okay, apa benda yang you rasa sangat-sangat terganggu and you wanted us to know how to actually let you know nak dapat benda ni macam mana. You know what, my dear students, bukan macam mana nak jadi pandai, bukan macam mana tips nak jadi kurus, bukan macam mana tips nak lari laju, but most of the survey they come up to number one adalah how to stay focused. That means masalah you bukan masalah you seorang, ini adalah masalah global. So you are not alone. So by saying you are not alone, maksudnya ramai orang hadapi masalah ini and they have come up with some tips to actually how that you can stay focused. Rupanya masalah ini daripada zaman, who's the guy Plato ke Plato yang just the philosopher tu? Dr. Chan would know about this. Pluto
is a planet.
I saja nak check. So dia kata adalah, this is the word akrasia, A-K-R-A-C-I-A. What does this word mean? It's a procrastination, taking you from your better judgment. You dah tahu dah buat ni bagus, tapi yet you tak boleh buat juga. You tak boleh juga nak fokus. You lagi prefer buat B daripada A walaupun A is good for you. So itu yang actually what we are going through this sharing. Kita nak identify kan, sebenarnya apa skill yang kalau you ada, that would be your greatest skill. Wouldn't know how to focus. Dengan fokus itu you akan dapat fast learning. Dengan fokus itu you akan dapat fast understanding.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself in terms of the five things or 5 components down there? Just very quickly, don't overthink. In terms of time management, in terms of laser focus, in terms of habits and subconscious that bothers you, that keeps you not doing what you want to do, overcoming distractions and being fully present.
Yeah.
So just for each one, just for time management, let's do for time management on a scale of 1 to 10. How will you rate yourself?
Yeah. Where are you on this scale 1 to 10? 10 being sangat bagus, 1 is hap-hap saja on the time management. Just be honest with yourself. Great. Tan tulis kat situ. You can share, or if you don't want to share pun okay. It's really up to you. Laser focus. How laser focus are you? 1 to 10. Okay, sekarang ni kita tengah buat create the awareness. Sebab nak belajar all these skills, first you have to know where you are. Kalau nak pergi sini, first you have to know where you are. Kalau nak pergi sini, A or B, but you have to know where you are, then you know what is the gap and what need to be covered. Okay? So know yourself here, know where you want to go, and know what you need to do to close the gap. Great. Okay, semua pun either or. Tak adalah bagus sangat doktor, tak adalah okey sangat. Ini semua orang tak ada. Memang kalau I boleh hilangkan nombor 5, I hilangkan nombor 5. Like 1 hingga 4, 6 hingga 10. Sebab end up semua pun pilih 5. Kan betul? Adalah Angzzas sikit 5.5. Angzzas tu dia more kepada sana. Actually not everything tau. Just one setiap satu itu. Time management berapa? 1 hingga 10. Laser focus berapa? 1 hingga 10. Your power, your habitual power berapa? How good you are overcoming distraction berapa? Being fully present berapa? Kerana 5 ini adalah perkara yang berbeza. Okay, understand Okay.
As we talked about in the previous question, what is your greatest distraction? Ini interesting ni. Ini tak usah fikir ni. Split second dapat jawab kan. Tapi Daud, and share with us, what do you think is your greatest distraction?
Tadi dah ada good honest question, good honest answer actually. And then we got unstable emotion. Izzati kata notification. Husna cakap unstable emotion. Daniel kata greatest distraction, my own random thoughts. Oh, Daniel dia ada mind yang sangat wild. Dan kita macam mana kita nak. Daniel, actually you are very right. Kita punya minda, diorang kata macam wild horse. Tahu wild horse? It is very strong, it is very wild, and it very unpredictable. You can go here, there and everywhere. So I understand how kadang-kadang kita rasa frustrated dengan kita punya own emotion, dengan kita punya own thoughts. Sebab tiba-tiba dia dah baca kita pergi sana. Kita tengah nak buat kerja ni, tengah nak buka buku belajar apa ada semester thermodynamics. Tiba-tiba otak kita dah sampai pergi ke Titanic pula. Totally opposite direction, tapi pandainya dia. So good distraction, lagi overthinking, social media is always there, notification of social media juga kan, emotion, phone random thoughts, or overthinking. Okay, right. Dr. Chen, are we going to, can I share a little bit of the slide so that they understand?
Sure, I'll just stop sharing.
Kerana the word distraction tu telah appear daripada awal sampailah akhir kita punya sharing session ni. So I think of course kan, my dear student, you would like to know a little bit about our friend ni. Nama dia adalah distraction. Okay, and then let me check if I could share my conting sikit. Okay, oh, sorry, this is class from last night. Okay. Now, is it not sharing?
No.
It's not sharing right now. Share screen. Screen. And start broadcast. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, good. Now, I think what we like to share with you today is apart from the 7 tips of what Dr. Chan is going to share with you, so how to become indestructible you. This idea just pop up. Okay, so kalaulah kita ada distractions dekat sebelah sini, dalam dunia ini diciptakan berpasang-pasangan kan, lelaki, perempuan, baik, jahat, hitam, putih, and we have all this usually polarity. So kalau di sebelah kiri ada distraction, di sebelah kanan ada apa? Ada traction. But do you actually see apa dia punya keyword dekat situ? Dua-duanya ada keyword yang sama that they share. They are apa ni? Dua-dua pun you kena buat action. Cumanya distraction adalah action yang you buat do things that you shouldn't do. Sorry, allow me for my bahasa. Salah spelling, shouldn't do. Traction pula, you do things that you should do. So, distraction ini akan bagi you negative impact. Traction akan bagi you positive impact. So sebenarnya rupa-rupanya macam mana boleh get distracted, dia ada dua sebab ataupun dua trigger. The first one is actually, Dr. Chan, is actually your external triggers. The second one is your internal triggers. Okay, I think along the way kita nak kongsikan tentang ini. What does it mean of the distraction? Kita semua dah dapat tahu tadi, distraction ni bila you terdistracted daripada apa yang sepatutnya you buat. Traction ni the things that you should be doing. And then this distraction datang dalam bentuk dua, iaitu sama ada external trigger or your internal triggers. So long that we share this first as an introduction. Okay, let us go to the next slide, Dr. Chan. Semua orang okay Good. Okay, I stop sharing. Sorry.
Just hang on a minute. Let me pull the screen up. Okay. Right, guys. So you already had some inputs from Dr. Angzzas just now on the traction and distraction, because the word distraction popped up. I can see that all of us, not just you, my dear students, that we have this problem. Dia manusia distracted punya otak ni hebat sangat. Hebat sangat. We always say you can't multitask. You multitask, then you lose focus, and then you will not do well and things like that. But we know we actually multitask all the time. Simple example. Sambil buat assignment, sambil makan. Dah. Sambil main video game kat sini, mulut tu sambil bebel kat adik. Gerak sana, gerak sini. Sambil tangan tu bukan main lagi. Sebab nak be the first to sampai, I don't know whatever that is lah. Or those who do sports. Maybe you play tennis. Sambil tengah ready, bounce the ball nak serve ni. Mata pandang opposite tu. Sambil fikir racket nak tweak macam mana, nak hantar bola ke bucu mana, sempat lagi mata tu terpandang opponent punya seluar. Wish, itu warna striking pink tu not bad lah. I pun nak beli lah lepas ni, sempat lagi tu. So our mind is very hebat punya, tak tercover. Macam Dr. Angzzas kata tu lah, it's a wild horse. If you want to think about a wild horse, maybe you can imagine those wild horses that people find in the cowboy shows. I don't know if youngsters these days even look at cowboy shows. It used to be a craze at one point or another. So cowboy lah, those horses that are not rein-in horses that have long hair because they are not being tamed and kept in the stables. Horses that have no harness, horses that have no reins on them, run free punya. Okay, so you bayangkan our mind is like this, powerful, free. Like two keywords kan, sebut tadi, powerful and free. So nonetheless, my dear students, for the next hour or so, we hope you could rein your horses in. Tarik balik itu horses, cuba suruh dia diam-diam, bye-bye, usap-usap dia, dengar. Cuba pasang telinga dengar. We don't have a lot of time together, and we also don't want to impose ourselves on your time. Minggu ulang kaji is very precious punya. Dan macam tadi sebut, ada commitment family dan sebagainya. Ada yang kena tolong family untuk berniaga ke apa-apa, tolong jaga adik-adik, PDPR dan sebagainya. So whatever time that we have, we got to make sure that we manfaatkan lah. Itu pun harapan faculty bila kita adakan program ni. All right, guys. So without further ado, we will go through it. These 7 tips. Hopefully, it will be helpful. And you look at the little apa nama tu a small print. Kita cari jangan tengok big print aja. 7 simple tips and tricks. Baca small print juga. For what? For cramming successfully without losing your mind. Alright, so we all do this, cramming. Nah, ingat, cramming bukan cramp, bukan kejang tau. Cramming simply means trying to do as much as we can within a time frame given to us. So that is what is meant. And ingat, my dear students, before we proceed any further, while we keep saying that this is Minggu Ulang Kaji, while we keep saying that you have 1 week, remember, 1 week is only for the first subject that is coming along. If your first paper is on Sunday, yes, you have 1 week, but not all papers are on Sunday, right? Some papers are spread along the remaining of the 3 weeks. So tak mau macam tu sendiri pressure sendiri, 1 more week mati lah. No. Only 1 paper, 1 week down the road maximum. Entah your first paper next Tuesday, okay? So come on, jangan nak scare sendiri, jangan nak cari alasan, dia kata, I can't do it. Stop right there. Okay, here we go.
Okay, Dr. Chan, sekejap. I nampak tadi Daniel dia dah screen mata dia. I think that's are the things that we usually have. Apa namanya ni, especially bila kita berada depan TV ni kan, depan TV, depan screen. Can we do a short exercise on the eye yoga? Boleh? So can I share the screen? Can I share the screen again? So see, Dr. Chan and I become very flexible on sharing the screen. Yep, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay, this is eye yoga ball. Kenapa kena buat? Because my dear students, when you terlalu fokus pada waktu yang sama, apa jadi bila tali itu diregang for a long duration of time? Getah tu, penat kan? So kita kena loosen that back a bit. Lepas tu bagi kita punya self refresh. So I want you to tap. I want you to do this, ikut orang ni, ikut je dia and just be playful with it. Mana dia? Ini ke energize, share. Are you ready? Can you see it? Wait, I increasekan volume. Dr. Chan, is it showing on your screen?
Yep.
Okay, let us do together and maybe you can, it's just about 2 minutes I think.
Okay, great session so far. Let's just run a little activity. We've been looking at the screen a lot and we look at the screen too much anyway. We're on our phones, our pads, our computers, our laptops, our TVs, and our eyes can get really tired over time. So let's do a bit of eyeball yoga to make sure that our eyes stay in the top position and that they don't fall out of our heads. Let's just first warm up the eyeballs. Take these 2 fingers over here. We're going to slowly massage the eyeballs a bit like that. I want you to rub your eyes a bit like that. Not too hard, but I'll rub your eyes a bit like that. Fantastic. Keep your eyes closed.
Okay. It is not showing that. 1 second. Okay, never mind, Dr. Chan. You take over first. I sort this thing. Not as okay.
Okay, great session so far. Let's just run a little activity. We've been looking at the screen a lot, and we look at the screen too much anyway. We're on our phones, our pads, our computers, our laptops, our TVs, and our eyes can get really tired over time. So let's do a bit of eyeball yoga to make sure that our eyes stay in the top condition and that they don't just fall out of our heads. Let's just first warm up the eyeballs. Take these 2 fingers over here.
Okay, take off your glasses, Daniel. Massage the eye.
I want you to rub your eyes a bit like that.
And then rub your eyes.
Rub your eyes a bit like that. Fantastic. Keep your eyes closed. Open them up like that. Close them again. Now we're just going to move our eyes around. Just follow me. Let's move both eyes to the left.
Left.
And let's move to the right.
To the right.
To the left.
To the left.
And to the right.
To the right.
To the left. As far as you can. To the right. As far as you can. Right. Now let's go crazy. Let's go left, right, up, down. Ready?
Left, right, up, down. Okay.
Right, up, down. Let's do the
Left,
reverse.
right,
Down, up, right, left. Down, up, right, left. Down, up, right, left. So with me so far? You're doing great, by the way. Let's make a little Z. So the patterns are
It's good for your brain muscle, for the eyes muscle.
Right, diagonally, right. Left. Alright, now let's close our eyes and then open them up as wide as you can. And now, open, close, open, close. open. Let's blink our eyes as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Seriously, do this for about 5 minutes. Let's roll
Okay,
the
when you
eyes
do
like
that-
an angsty teenager. The other way around. And finally, let's do a bit of a cross-eye. This is a cross-eye. Now, if you really advance, you cross-eye with
Tak
your
apalah.
right
Okay, yang ni I pun tak ada kemahiran ni.
It's
That's okay.
okay, thank you.
Alright.
If you join again
That's
on
it.
eyeball yoga, you can make this.
Yep, that's it. And over to you back, Dr. Chan. Stop presenting. Okay, you got to give your time some break. You got to give yourself some time to take a break. Okay. Okay, let's go to the first tips. Okay. How do you feel, Daniel? Dr. Chan, can you get that first tips?
Is it not showing?
Okay, now it's showing. Right, off you go.
Okay. Now that with your eyes all exercised out, hopefully you can see clearer. It's okay, we can share this out with you later on. Nonetheless, my dear students, you would have known by now, after all these online classes, that the best way to learn, the most effective way of retaining any new information is to write it down. So I hope you have a piece of paper and a pen with you. Just jot it down. It's like, start here. All right, write down the first one first. Right, seven stuff here. So we go one by one now, very quickly. Right, ready. Now the first one, the first step, the first tip is to set goals and rewards. In other words, we put in mini targets. If you look at the little diagram on the right hand side, you can see this is almost like on the highway. On a road trip. We all miss that, don't we? Because we cannot rentas daerah, don't say rentas negeri, kan? That we go from places to places. If you're traveling along Johor, being one of the biggest states around after Sarawak and also after Pahang, and you see that you probably pass from Batwa, you go up to going north, maybe more. After more, you probably come up to I don't know what other smaller places, and then come across Malacca, then you come to the Sembilan, KL, and so on and so forth. So every point that we say R&R macam tu lah, the pit stop nya. So ringkaskan ceritanya ialah, if you look at the little notes written down for you there with the carrot dangling on top, we are sometimes have to ask ourselves, what would we like? Like ice cream nak lah, dan ice semua orang nak lah. Tak kira sensitivity kita tak semua nak. However, if I were to tell you that you can have an ice cream if you finish your study notes by 10 p.m. It's like kena ada buat kerja dulu baru dapat. So it's a kind of reward, kan? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is that, remember earlier on we talked about pit stops, R&R. You go on a long journey, you want to stop. So we are talking about, in terms of work plan, we're talking about deadlines and rewards. Right? And having milestones, deadlines, rewards, deadlines you don't like, tak apalah, we talk about milestones. We like milestones because milestones will keep us on track. It's a long journey from Batu to go to Kuala Lumpur. It's like 3 hours. No one likes to drive that far at one shot, so we like to stop. It's like every half an hour or so we stop, whether we want to answer the nature's call, we want to have just stretch our legs, get a drink, get coffee, have a just snack or whatsoever that is. In other words, we want to know that as we are driving from this point to another, we are working so hard, concentrating on the road, keep everyone safe in our car from one point to another. It is hard work. We want to know that at one point, a very clearly defined point, that is your R&R, that we are going to have a break. And you see that? And the reward is that I'm going to have my ice cream. Maybe there's a Baskin Robbins. Maybe I'm stopping off at Pago. R&R, there's Baskin Robbins there. You want to have a Baskin Robbins or things like that. And if you look at this, it's like setting a personal goal. It's very personal. Nobody knows except you. Because only you know how far you want to take this drive before you stop. Some people can drive for 2 hours without any stop and they like it. After 2 hours, they stop, then they continue, they have a break, half an hour, they like it that way. For some people, it's like every 45 minutes, they need a break. So it's very personal. That's why we say it is personal. And you will recall, my dear students, that you have been in this for some time, learning on your own very much independently now because of the pandemic situation. You have realized that if you put things down on the plan, all right, we put it down, say a weekly plan, you dah tahu dah minggu ni ada assignment kena buat, apa project kena siapkan, ada quiz, ada test, ada online discussion ke apa benda. When you start putting them down on your timetable, and you can see on what day at what time you have things to do, And then you will see that, oh, there's an assignment, and the assignment has been assigned last Monday, and lecturer say 1 week kena hantar. So this week on your schedule on Monday, it would have been a bling there and say that, you got to hantar something on the Monday. And by having that popping up on your schedule is helpful kan? Tak adalah terlupa kan? Bayangkan cakap dengan lecturer, saya terlupa kena hantar. Bayangkan, kita nak sebut pun kita malu. Betul tak? Takkan lupa. So that is one simple example of how having these goals, setting goals, being helpful in planning our work. Then we talk about rewards, the carrot that is dangling up there. This is an old saying, carrot or stick lah, macam tu. So this is actually a story of the farmer trying to chase the donkey forward kan. So dangle kan the carrot kat depan dia. So the donkey will actually hasten the steps lah ke depan. And tapi kalau dah macam higi-higi macam tu, then the farmer will likely sepat lah, likely hit the donkey on the butt a bit, and then the donkey will walk a bit faster. So we don't talk about sebat, we don't talk about denda, we talk about the carrot idea. So you don't like a carrot, you can dangle a magnum or whatsoever that's in front of you. So it's like when the break comes, you will actually really break. Really take a break and do something that that is rewarding to you. For example, you are a gamer. Memang gamer lah, ranking punya kat world lah, macam tu. So when you break, say every 15 minutes you take a break, then you can actually do that. Play the game for like 15 minutes or so. So rewards like this. Rewards do not necessarily be in the form of makanan kan? Or do not necessarily be an ice cream, or that's just the figure of speech. It can be something that you love to do, listening to your music, or play your guitar, play your ukulele, or sketching something, or play on your photography or stuff like that. Okay? All right, I pass it on to Dr. Angzzas to add on anything.
I think to sum up is just this. You ada how many subjects or how many courses this semester, and each of the courses too, do you know what are the topics that you want to focus on? So these goals adalah yang daripada big goals, you got to chunk them down kecil-kecil supaya you know in a bite size, supaya you boleh handle them. Remember tadi I kata pilih one location yang you want to put this idea in. If let's say I choose the kitchen and my first location is the oven, I put the carrot in the oven, so later I can revisit this carrot. Okay, that's it just from me. Key point from this setting goals adalah make sure that the goals, that big goals is chunked down small enough untuk you approach dia, makan dia. And rewards is very good. Badan kita suka rewards. Kata kalau you buat something, at the end of the day you akan makan satu cake or minum satu coffee or go and play your TikTok ke, game ke, FB ke. So reward will come later, and just tell yourself, hold on, kita habiskan dulu. That's how we negotiate with ourselves. Okay, Dr. Chan, next point.
Students, so we to put it into context before we move on to the next point, I just recall for this particular tip or trick in your context now for the coming exam is that you could set your goals, the milestones as your papers yang coming. Ada waktu tu kan, tolong double check. Check the date and the time. If you're not sure, check PPA. Nanti masih tak sure, confirm dengan kawan-kawan. So ini sering berlaku ya. Kita tengok 5 kali pun saya salah tengok ya. And then pada hari kerjanya, we never go for exam. Tolong jangan itu berlaku ya. Doa jangan itu berlaku, right? So make sure that you double, triple check benda tu. And put on your timetable now. For the next 3-4 weeks, including study week, I think you can really start chatting out dah. Print out you punya timetable tu, weekly punya, then start putting in. Big, highlight kan, merah ke apa benda sebenarnya nampak jelas-jelas pukul berapa, hari apa, you ada paper. And from there, you can see, if once I finish the paper, what I'm going to do for that day. Paper petang, I ada big makan malam ke, malam tu I nak binge eat or binge watch Netflix ke apa benda, rewards like this. So I think for now, in the context of final exam, going to those final exam, the goals and the rewards will be very much tied up with your exam papers. Okay? Now, the second point, or the second tip here, is about gathering your materials. And I think if you pay attention earlier on, Dr. Angzzas mentioned this as well about info gathering at the beginning of our session. And essentially, the info gathering we're talking about here, my dear students, obviously, in making preparation for exam, it will be your notes, your textbook, your modules, all the e-resources that may be given out to you by the lecturer, all the recorded lectures on YouTube or put out on Author, on Google Drive, and so on and so forth. Make sure you have those ready. Make sure you have those ready. And check your stationery. Yalah, dah duduk kat rumah, pencil case pun tak tahu lah campak ke mana. Ataupun pencil case pun dah adik selongkar-selongkar habis, pen semua hilang. Adik-adik semua ambil PPDPR dia. So it's time to make up for your own dah. Make sure you have your own. We understand. Sometimes at home, we don't have our own workstation. Not like when we are in the college, we have our own table, we have our own chair, own space to study. Maybe at home, we got to share the dining table, with our adik-adik ke, abang ke, kakak, semua orang is using the same dining table. That is normal. All right, not all of us are born to royalty. Not all of us have a palace of our own to grow up in. So we make do with what we have. Bersyukur masih ada. Bersyukur. Jadi make sure that your stationery is in place. Ingat bila kita tulis, the information retainment is far higher. Dan kita tak ada congak-congak macam tu. We will have more chatting about that later on. And just a quick reminder, my dear students, because exams are all online, whether it's open book ke, closed book ke, separate open book, is all on author now kan. So pastikan kita biasakan diri dengan author tu. And I'm sure PPA, so pensyarah masing-masing have given you this training and taklimat and so on how to log on to this author and all these procedures coming into it. Just saja log on aja. Everybody has got their own account melalui Snap tu kan. Pastikan kita tahu macam mana log on to it and pastikan kita punya internet connection tu cukup stable to go for it. Because if our internet connection is not quite stable, we got to quickly inform pensyarah kan. So the other means can be carried out. So exam will not miss you. Bukan you miss exam will not miss you. Dah ready dah, tapi tak kesampaian soal lain kan. So mungkin melalui SMS ke, melalui email ke, apa-apa, hard copy posting ke, macam-macam. You see memang ready dah. Stand on standby to cater for students yang mungkin lainnya tak berapa nak elok. Boleh ya? So pendekkan cerita ialah macam orang nak bertukang lah. Tukang kita cakap benda yang kita senang nak bayangkan. Tukang kayu nak buat almari, nak buat diupah untuk buat satu kabinet kasut. Okay, apa dia nak sediakan? Dia kena sediakan bahan, betul tak? All the materials, the wood, we talk about wood, it can be kayu beluti and then it has to be papan plywood juga sebab nak buat rangka, you guna kayu beluti, you nak guna buat dia dinding tu, pintu dia, you kena guna plywood contohnya. Then what else you need? You need apa lagi bahan? Pakukan. Apa lagi? You may need to buy a little knob for the tempat pemegang dia. Apa lagi? Engsel. So roughly macam tu lah. Okay, nak cantik lagi? Okay, orang upah kita kata nak cantik. Okay, so beli cat. So dah ada cat, apa lagi? Temberus. Dah ada berus, you kan ada bahan-bahan pencair ya, the solvent, terpentang and things like that. And then what else? Apart from all these are the basic things going to the cabinet. You need all your tupo lah, pahat lah, gergaji and so on and so forth. Bayangkan kalau si tukang ni beli semua barang-barang tadi tu, paku, cat, kayu semua ada, tapi pahat tak ada. Tuko tak ada, gergaji tak ada. Boleh kerja? Tak boleh kerja. Tapi dia buat persediaan tak? Dia buat persediaan. Dah buat persediaan. Cuma persediaan tu tak berapa nak lengkap. So similar to you, my dear students, when we are preparing for exam, that's why we say info gathering or materials gathering. Semua bahan-bahan tu biar depan mata kita, biar dalam jangkauan kita. This is the week, this is the time actually, Ming Haji, for you to start gathering dah. Yalah, semester kan, kelang kabut kan, tak sempat nak gather kan. So now is the time. Tak sempat tengok punya YouTube video tu, tolong tengok. Tak sempat download punya benda daripada Google Drive, it's time to download dah. Macam test hari itu, pensyarah dah pulangkan kat Google Drive. Dah ada skema jawapan supaya kita boleh check mana salah. Macam mana nak dapat jawapannya. Betul macam mana cara jawab. Sebab final exam pun mirip ada patternnya. So apa kita buat? This is a time to download dah. Takkan nak biarkan kat Google Drive. Is there. Ya, dalam is there. Tapi selagi tak ambil buka tengok, tak adalah. Sama je kan. You hear this story before kan? Very quickly. This boy was pretty lazy. So the one day, the parents had to leave the house for one day. Kena pergi jauh. Ada benda kena buat. So nak tinggalkan dia. Risau pula budak ni agak lazy kan. Lazy dan takut dia tak makan. So mak dia terfikir satu idea yang bagus. Dia buatkan satu biskut besar, kuki besar. Dia gantungkan kuki besar tu dalam satu rantai. Dan gantungkan dekat tengkuk budak tu. So you bayangkan the big cookie. Sebesar-besar macam ni sepanjang tengkuk dia. All the budak ni to do is to tunduk, angkat kuki dan makan. Tak payah jangkau ke kuki jar, kuki bar ke mana, tak payah. Memang kat tengkuk aja. You know what happened? One day later, parents come back, budak tu pengsan kat tepi. Kat depan TV terpengsan, kuki tu terbaik satu aja. Yang betul-betul ngam-ngam di bawah dagu dia tu, ada satu gigitan, bekas gigitan. Yang lain semua elok je tak makan. Budak tu pengsan sebab kebuluran. So soalannya ialah, kenapa tak angkat kuki tu makan? Bukan dah tergantung kat dada tu ke? Budak tu kata, saya malas. Sanggup tak makan. So can you see? Dalam jangkauan and still don't want to take it, itu pun satu hal lah. So tak mau kita jadi macam tu lah. Right, I pass it on to Dr. Angzzas.
Wow, thank you Dr. Iman. Dalam information gathering, apa yang saya ingin bawa ke sini adalah tentang your awareness, kesedaran. Jadi tadi kita kata kesedaran adalah titik pertama untuk you ubah apa-apa yang you rasa preventing you from getting where you want to go or what you want to be. Okay, so bring the awareness at this time. At this point of the sharing, apa kata kalau you just ask yourself, okay, berapa subjek that you are sitting for this semester? How good are you? Berapa bagus you dalam subjek-subjek ni? Start to make a list supaya you sedar apa yang you perlukan. Then after that, you buat apa kelebihan you, apa kekuatan you, apa kekurangan you, apa all the distractions that come into your life when you wanted to do this focused thing, study. So bring the awareness, start to have a journal, start to have a book note untuk diri you so that you understand a little bit more about yourself. Kan ada satu kata-kata hikmah tu kan, dia kata tahu orang baik tapi tahu diri sendiri, that is the true power. Because when you know yourself, you tahu apa benda yang you boleh gunakan sebab ia ada super power you, dan apa benda yang you boleh top up to make you a little bit more than your weakness point before this. Yes, so that's just from me berkenaan dengan kesedaran. Info gathering is about you cari kesedaran tentang diri you, your weaknesses, your strength, what do you need to do, subjek mana yang you rasa perlu bantuan, siapa yang boleh bantu you, resources yang you perlukan. So my dear student, you kata saya rasa saya susah sangat nak belajar, doktor saya tak pandai, tak macam orang tu. Dia pandai, dia baca sekali, dia habis semua. Baru tengok muka surat depan, dia dah tahu sampai belakang. Dia katakan, that is dia punya super power. Yeah, you don't have to have that resource. Contoh kan saya tak ada doktor, saya tak ada internet macam kawan saya tak ada komputer, saya tak ada laptop macam kawan saya. You do not have to have all the resources, tapi you kena letak you punya diri dalam keadaan resourceful state. Apa maksud resourceful state? You have to ask yourself, kalau I don't have this, what can I do to have that? You have to put yourself into the ownership, ambil ownership of going through this journey. Kita tak mau dah itu tak ada, ini tak ada, kita kata the blaming frame kan, frame, tahu kan frame kan, kita ada satu frame kan, like this frame. So mungkin frame yang ini kata I tak ada tu, I tak ada ni, the blaming frame. What if you flip another frame and kata what should I do to have that? I tak ada internet yang bagus, ada tak rumah I punya cousin-cousin, sesiapa yang I boleh pergi or place yang I boleh pergi dengan SOP pada keadaan ini yang can give me a good internet support. Something like that. I don't have the book, tak ada dekat library, tak ada pinjam. So what can I do to have that? So that I can refer it to. I lemah ini, okay, so what can I do to improve my weaknesses? So always ask yourself, what can I do to be that, to get that, okay? Instead of kita, betul, I understand, senanglah nak cakap doktor, ini all the words that you said memang akan affecting you. I understand kita semua affected at some level berkenaan dengan this COVID thing, belajar jauh dan sebagainya, memang kita affected, ramai yang affected. But tapi ada orang yang boleh come out, kita kata rise daripada these challenges, ada orang yang jatuh merundum kan, dan kita dengar banyak kes bunuh diri, suicide, gantung diri. It's so sad to know that, to hear that. Kerana apa? These people dalam keadaan crash and dia rasa dah tak ada harapan. Sedangkan harapan is out there if they switch dia punya perspektif daripada all happens to me or all happen for something. So ask yourself, what can I do? Okay, Dr. Chan, that's it from the info gathering, which is awareness. Put this on your second place dekat tempat tadi yang you dah pilih tu. Okay, shall we go to the next one?
Well, Dr. Angzzas, students, I hope you pay attention to what Dr. Angzzas was sharing with you just now kan. Berkaitan either info ni, and the keyword here is awareness kan. Kita kena consciously aware, right? Consciously aware of the situation now. We are going to exam, right? Exam mood dah sekarang, okay? Dan kita consciously aware, kita timbangkan, senaraikan kita kekuatan dan kelemahan, our strength and weaknesses. So our strength is, of course, we can focus, we can meet 50% focus. Everybody can focus to a certain extent, otherwise you won't be here. Trust me. you wouldn't be here. Even tadi ada seorang pelajar yang kata masih tengah kerja assignment, you won't be here kejaring the last assignment if you couldn't focus. So everybody to a certain extent, you ada level of concentration, level of focus ni. So bukan totally tak ada, start from zero, tak ada. Tolong, don't be so harsh on yourself. Do not beat yourself up. You come this far, my dear students, you come this far. This is not the time to start beating yourself up and start to say all the nasty things yourself. Macam Tanda sebut tadi, and play up kelemahan tu kenapa? No, play up your strength. List it down, play up your strength. Look at the kelemahan, what are the distractions, and then do something about them. It's just for these 3 or 4 weeks saja. 4 weeks lah campur minggu ulang kaji. Betul tak? And tertarik saya, just a little bit of elaboration yang Tanda sebut tadi kan, is the awareness, self-awareness is very, very important. Until we learn to be aware of who we are, which consists of our strength, our weaknesses, and other things. But for now, I say in the context of coming to the exam, let's just focus on our strength and weaknesses. Yeah. And having said that, you may want to think along the line of having for this 1 month, for these 4 weeks that's coming, can we have what we call a buku kesedaran diri, like a journal? You call it my little journal, my little secret book, my diary. My principal used to make us write this for subject pendidikan moral. It's called buku kesedaran diri. 1 week, 1 entry aja. It's almost like a weekly journal kind of thing. You're supposed to write a very short thing about what happened and what the reflections that you get from it. And what's the moral thing that you learn from it? And I thought that was very helpful sebenarnya. And just very quickly, my dear students, let you in on a little secret. 2 years ago, I was reminded of this awareness, and it was during Ramadan. And so I bought myself a little small booklet, tiny aja, semua konon nak senang bawa sini sana kan, kau travel masuk tak PKP. I'm sorry, that was 3 years ago lah, minus PKP dah 2 tahun kan, 2 raya dah. So throughout the Ramadan of 30 days, so what I did was that every day I was supposed to have a journal entry, a short one. What was the tak cerita panjang gini gitu? It's just now, what was the thing that has struck me on the particular day that made me think and made me reflect on my own if you like, my own well-being, if you like, my own growth, if you like, awareness of my shortcomings and how I can actually improve on that. Contohnya, hari ni tantrum. Hari ni terlepas cakap kasar. Marah terlepas cakap, hati cakap jangan cakap, dah cakap. Bergeram, contohnya. So tuliskan. And orang kata istiqamah to be consistent kan. So I realized that after 30 days, when I look back, I realized that jujur lah. Tulis, ada benda yang 2 hari kemudian baru tulis. So it's like I just skip 1 day lah. I just skip 1 day because I always finish up by writing down the time and the date. When I look back after 30 days, then I realized how much of awareness has gone to the little book. Because you take time kan every night before you go to bed, 5-10 minutes saja, just to fikir hari ni apa yang terberlaku. And became a habit that after 10 days of doing it, by the 11th day, during the daytime, tak pas sampai malam lagi. Benda tu bila strike me, something I saw, something I did, or something just came to my mind, that, this is something that is worth thinking about. And that is the very thing that went into the book dah. Macam tu. So 30 days of self-wisdom, self-discovery, and bayangkan, just 30 days, it made a lot of difference. I like to think that far from sempurna, obviously look at me, far from sempurna. And having that, at least the ketidaksempurnaan tu adalah ganjak ke depan sikit, kurang sikit lah. Macam traction ke depan sikit lah. So we try kan. My dear students, maybe you want to do that. Maybe I dah cakap dengan you, I pun terpanggil, I pun nak buat lah. But this is the beginning of the 4 weeks. Let's do it together. Just start a little booklet. You can type it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, or whatever that is. And take a pause and reflect sebenarnya. Sometimes we are so kerja ke depan, banyak sangat kerja, banyak sangat benda kena uruskan. Kita lupa bahawa we haven't taken time enough for ourselves. Kan? So maybe this is a time yang we can do this because there's no more classes dah. Betul tak? Hantar assignment dah settle. No more, tak ada lecturer kacau dah, tak ada. Okay? So it's all ourselves. Ulang kaji is all on ourselves. Plan out the time. So we are still at home. We got to help our family, tengokkan adik-adik, tengokkan mak ayah dan sebagainya. Kadang-kadang ujian kita ada yang family member sakit, not well ke apa, kita pun ada tanggungjawab. Fikir macam ni lah. Ya, berat ujian. Macam semalam baru dengar a colleague, mak terjatuh pula. Terjatuh masuk hospital. Pula dikaitkan dengan lemah dada pula. Kena nap, paru-paru pula. Kena, what do you call that? Asthma attack. Sekarang risau, tak boleh nafas sikit, kita risau kita COVID. So you see komplikasi. So ingatkan masuk jumpa doktor, kelak-kelak tak ada. 3 hari dah kena warded. So sebagai anak, of course dah jaga mak ke hospital lah contohnya. You see? So bandingkan dengan kita yang duduk kat rumah elok-elok macam tu, ialah bising ke, panas ke, bagai-bagai kan. Nak masuk hospital ke? Nak mak kita masuk hospital ke? Nak kita masuk hospital tak ada kan? So contohnya lah, I think things like this lah. Bukan kita rejoice yang kita, oh kita selamat. Kita doa untuk sahabat-sahabat lain, orang lain yang mungkin tengah diuji, tengah ditimpa musibah kan. Dan bersyukur dengan apa yang kita ada. Bersyukur dengan apa yang kita ada. We may not have the best, but it's the best that could be, and we make the best of whatever we have. Because there are people who are worse than us, worse off than us. Well, yeah, my dear students. So we move on to the next point. Okay. Social media. You hate me for this lah. You hate us for this. Bukan buat selama-lamanya. Buat 4 minggu ni. Bukan suruh turn off totally. Pause. Maksudnya, bila nak study 2 jam tu lah you switch it off. Tak switch off pun ambil itu phone, kat tangan tu tak boleh tahan, balut dalam selimut, balut lagi dalam selimut, tinggalkan kat bilik nenek dan kunci. Kunci tu buang dekat luar tingkap yang tak boleh jumpa. Contohnya lah. Alright. Oh, tak ada social media hebat lah. And because social media, we know that this is has become a very distracting and destructive punya benda dah. Especially to students. So students nak study kan, and we know that needs a lot of energy and focus. And why do we say you got to switch it off for now? Because it can destroy your cramming session. Kan kata bersungguh ni, 4 minggu ni bersungguh untuk exam kita ni. So kalau ada plan macam mana cantik pun tak guna kalau kita actually distracted by this. And we know how it works punya. Itu phone keluarkan, I saja ting, I nak check je WhatsApp. Balas satu, tengok ada lain, I nak balas. Ini cakap lebih-lebih ada link ke FB, I tengok link FB. Oh, I punya FB lama tak update, tak. Tengok jam dah 2 jam dah berlepas. Tadi bukan kata nak study 15 minutes ke. So dah terlepas 2 jam, apa kita, alah, down lah. Tak apalah, hari ni tak payah study dah. How often we do that kan? We feel guilt. Alright? We feel guilty that we let ourselves go. And then instead of pulangkanlah ke pangkal jalan, kita pun, pangkal jalan so sakit lah. Tak apalah, teruskan. I pun dah salah. I'm so bad. So we use the excuse of, I'm bad anyway. I cannot get any worse. Nah, teruskan. We are like that, you know. Betul, manusia kan? Tapi tak apa. The third point, I'm sorry, students. I don't know. I don't follow the film scene in Malaysia much. The last I knew was Nora Danish. So basically, it's like whatever you're watching, you like Tom Holland, it's Tom Holland, Nora Danish, or Kardashian. So whatever these famous people, celebrity out there is tweeting in the next 15 minutes, which you plan to study, it's not going to improve your marks in thermodynamics or soil mechanics or I don't know, whatever. Abrasion study or whatever subject that may be. So for a time being, maybe take a break. I hand it over to Dr. Angzzas.
Can I share the screen, please?
Yeah.
Right, thank you, Dr. Iman, for the adakah is it showing? 1 second. Tak nak show pula dia. Okay, so I'm going to share again. You remember tadi tu I showed to you bagaimana kita, the distraction is actually one polar and the other one is the traction. And then this part when Dr. Iman showed to me about turning off the go offline, itu tadi kita kata one of the external trigger. So dekat external trigger ini, one is katakanlah social media. Kalau tak social media pun mungkin ya, tadi kita kata FB dan sebagainya. Apa lagi? Mungkin kita go on Google, kita like to Google things. Whatever that is actually kita kata latest punya technology kan. I'm not against technology sebab I think technology is very good. Tapi technology ada drawback dia. And now we figure out is technology like all this actually one of the external triggers. Apa lagi? Maybe you punya family kan? Maybe you punya drama TV tadi tu. Maybe apa lagi? All this yang bermula daripada luar. So you listed out all these external trigger yang mengganggu your focus. your focus. So now we have that external triggers and we got everything down there. So my dear student, when they do this survey, sebenarnya external trigger ni dia hanya mengganggu you sebanyak 10% saja. 10% only. Yet it is still disturbing to you kan. Contohnya macam okay lah, I feel so tired lah Dr. Chan cakap tadi, I feel so tired, I nak pergi dekat TikTok. TikTok ni pula dia macam kita kata berhantu, you know, like possessed. Baru guna sikit tiba-tiba dah 3 jam habis. FB pun sama, things like that. So now this is when you have to ask yourself these questions. When you want to serve this technology, you have to ask yourself, am I serving this or is it serving me? Adakah saya yang saya yang berkhidmat untuk dia ataupun dia yang berkhidmat untuk saya? Kalau the answer is you are serving that FB, kerana macam TikTok kan, the more you watch it, the more orang akan dapat generate income kan. So you are actually serving dia. Tapi kalau you guna this technology untuk check, untuk identify papers yang berkaitan dengan you punya study, itu that technology serving you. So it is not all the time so bad. But you have to ask yourself that question. Adakah I jadi servant dia atau dia servant I? Kan? Hamba siapa, hamba siapa. So when you realize, oh, I'm becoming the servant of this technology, and then you got to retract yourself and then okay kata that's it. I know I like to do this, but what if I study dulu 50 minutes, 10 minutes saja, I put a block time 10 minutes timer just to go on that FB. Kebanyakan kita tak ada timer. Sebab tu kita akan go straight beyond it. Kan? Itu adalah satu external trigger. Parents katakan tadi. Communication, 80% of masalah or miscommunication, 80% of masalah derive from miscommunication. Imagine yang kalau katakan you want to come to this lecture, you want to listen to this lecture, you dah bagi tahu your parents dah, you ada talk. So kalau ada apa-apa yang you kena buat, boleh tak bagi tahu you sebelum you punya talk atau selepas tu. Sama juga dengan you nak study exam. Okay, katakan you dah block your time 8 sampai 10 you want to study. Kalau I kena buang sampah ke, I kena basuh pinggan ke, boleh tak ask me to do before that or after that. So bila you communicate your plans, your family member hopefully will understand you. We got this a lot of issues, doktor saya adik saya Google Meet, saya kena handle, mak saya suruh masak, suruh tu suruh ni. Like lah saya dekat rumah ni sebenarnya tak ada kerja nak buat, sedangkan I have a lot of things to do. True, I hear you and it's actually happening. Okay, that is why in a way try to talk to your parents, try to talk to your family about it. Nenek saya membebel je doktor, nenek saya tu macam saya tak gunalah apalah. So a lot of things happening dalam yang this external trigger, you kena manage dia. The external triggers, make a list and do your action. Apa action yang I boleh buat untuk manage this? For example, tadi tu social media, give your 10 minutes block. Atau macam kata tadi Daniel, totally dia delete sebab dia rasa macam memang tak boleh lah. This social media doesn't serve me. I say I je kena serve dia. I don't want to become a servant, I deleted it out. So depending on how you can do it, family member. Drama, you can do it as your reward. Buat sebagai reward. Katakan nak tengok 15 minit je doktor, tak boleh. That is when the self-discipline have to happen. Now, apa sebenarnya yang 90% tu? Sebenarnya 90% tu adalah daripada your internal trigger. This is cause 90% of your distractions, my dear. You go googling, you go on your social media. Sebenarnya what do you feel? Mungkin you rasa lonely. That is why you go on social media. Mungkin you rasa macam you tak tahu. That is why you go on googling tapi dia kena pergi tempat lain. And ada orang lain kena buat kerja tak? Mak suruh ada. Tapi kenapa you marah sangat? It's because you punya internal tu rasa macam you je yang kena buat, you yang kuli, it's all the thought. Like what Daniel was saying just now is the random thoughts. So this is the key thing yang you kena manage, internal triggers. And dia kata time management requires pain management. You tak nak buat sesuatu, mesti ada sebab you don't like it, you feel so boring, it doesn't give you the satisfaction as going out. So you got to list out apa internal triggers, the feelings yang you associate dengan that action. Kalau you rasa because you feel lonely and you wanted to go to the social media, what are other things that you can do? Okay? to fulfill that perasaan lonely tu. Okay, I surround myself, I nak study, maybe I buka dengan Chee sekali. You know, now they do it, study with me. Tapi tak bercakap apa, they just letak the camera and then they just study together. Have you heard that? Study with me. Apa lagi? Tak nak lonely, ada orang dia pergi ambil bela hamster, letak hamster dekat meja dia supaya masa dia study ada orang teman, ada hamster teman. So these are the feelings yang mengganggu you, yang internal triggers, and you have to list that out in order to know apa yang mengganggu you. And believe it or not, it's actually 90% of these distractions come from within, from inside of you. So again, write that up in your journal of what are the things that the triggers that actually distract you from what you have to do sebenarnya, and then kita tackle the triggers. Boleh? Okay, Dr. Iman, that's it from me. I stop sharing now, so you can share.
Okay, dear students, let me just pull up the screen a bit. In fact, Dr. Angzzas has very effectively taken you through to the next point. So let's have a look. Okay, here we go. As you can see, the fourth tip is about turning on the timer or the block time concept. So as Dr. Angzzas has explained to you earlier on, just a minute ago, about chunking down your time. All right. The work is so much, so many papers, kan kita cakap 6 paper ke 5 paper, kita timetable, ingat the first one kita set goal tu kan, itu is to make a general work plan. So itu seminggu, kalau kita letakkan dengan listrik kan, you buy pula, print out lah, kalau boleh print out, kalau tak lukis tangan lah, buat kreatif sikit, tulis dengan setiap for the next 4 weeks to come, including this week, it will be every week, there are 7 days, so hari ni dah buat apa, tuliskan. Tetapi dalam setiap hari itu ada 24 jam. Kalau kita biarkan macam tu dengan weekly punya planner, we know we'll get a lot of things missed out punya. Katakan hari ni ada 5 perkara, dengar talk, lepas tu nak siapkan assignment terakhir, lepas tu nak ulangkan, kumpulkan barang-barang, ulang kaji apa. In the end, tengok hujung hari, tengok kan, 3 benda siap, 2 tak siap. Sebab apa? Sebab we didn't detail it out. We didn't take out these 5 things on Sunday today is 4th of July kan. We didn't take it out and plan out from beginning of the day. Say we start from 8 o'clock in the morning until say 8 o'clock in the night. We didn't put it down there. We didn't block it out. So kita tak nampak. Bila tak nampak, payahlah kan. Macam tak ada guideline macam tu. Sama macam kuliah kan. Ingat tak tiap-tiap semester, walaupun sekarang study online, lecturer akan bagi kita apa? Awal semester RPP. Rancangan pengajaran dan pembelajaran. Di situ sebut week apa buat apa, week apa buat apa. Bila ada quiz, bila ada ujian. Nampak kan? Kalau terlajak-lajak kita nak siapkan assignment ke projek, salah kita lah. Kita terlajak-lajak. Kadang-kadang macam tu. So that is saya sebutkan waktu ni lah kita mungkin kita diuji is like apa namanya, kat rumah mungkin kena bantu parents, kena bantu adik-adik, mungkin kena do some business, macam-macam lah komitmen kita kat rumah. Beza dengan kalau kita ke college, right? Think of it this way. Number one, thank goodness I can spend more time with my family. Yelah, you get on my nerves, I get on your nerves, but also think about it this way. You watch my back, I watch your back kan. Somebody to watch over you all the time. Bukankah tu baik? Orang baby better than nobody baby. Ada baby tu somebody care kan, enough to baby kita, contohnya lah kan. Of course, ada baby tu can be over the top. So nak over the top, we learn to filter it out lah. Yang ambil yang baik aja kan. So having said that, what I'm trying to draw you into this discussion, the point is that so much of distraction kan, katakan kena ajar adik, katakan tolong ajar adik. Tapi kalau contohnya nak adik-adik nak guna your laptop, bukan sentiasa you kena hadap benda tu kan. Dah go through dah, okay, adik dah go through, sekarang adik buat, ikut yang cikgu ajar tu kan. You ada maybe 5 minutes break kat situ. You can start taking out your notes and start studying yourself kan. Betul tak? Beza ya tahu, ni beza dengan biasa saya duduk depan meja study I kat college, I baca macam tu. Sekarang tiba-tiba kan duduk sebelah adik, duduk sebelah kat meja makan, bukan meja study. Tiba-tiba mak masak kat kitchen, bau kari pula. So distracting lah. Dan depan pula Lazada pula sampai, bukan rumah I pula, barang I lambat sampai ke rumah neighbor pula. A lot of distraction. But come on, you are better than that. These are situations we cannot change. Mom nak masak hari ini, I tak boleh halang. Mak tukang masak. Chef of the family sukati lah, dia nak masak apa. Syukur ada orang masakkan ya. Adik tanggungjawab I kena tolong lah. Adik sebab laptop ada 2 biji dekat rumah kan. Satu adik guna, ini I kena tolong adik ni lah, kecil tak pandai sangat, kena ajar dia lah. So what else? Apa-apa lain lah kan. So the time that I have, I steal time. So 5 minit break tu, I cakap kelakkan nota I, tengok. Kan? baca, okay. Then 5 minutes adik kata, abang ni macam mana? Okay, I continue ajar adik. Kemudian, okay, ni panjang sikit, adik kena buat ni, karang ayat ni segini, this will take you about 10 minutes, kena colour lagi, okay. So, abang duduk tepi buat apa? Atau kakak duduk tepi apa? Buka nota, study. So, kalau you buat macam ni, meskipun duduk kat situ dengan adik 1 jam setengah, sebenarnya you dapat curi masa setengah jam. Katakan setengah jam. Setengah jam pun masa juga, betul tak? Very precious. And because you know it's precious, lagi masuk otak kot. And ingat tak dari awal tadi, Dr. Angzzas sebut tentang kita anchorkan. Daniel P anchorkan 7 benda kat dalam rumah ni, ataupun sampai ke luar rumah, jangan sampai rumah jiran lah. Nanti nak anchor kena pergi rumah jiran tengok pula. Dan you tak boleh kawal, dia anjakkan pasu tu kan, macam tu. So this anchoring thing kan, about putting an object to a particular thing that you want to learn. Similarly here, right? Similarly here, where you can associate kan, kalau dah spend half an hour learning that particular subtopic, katakan Swedish method of slope stability analysis, katakanlah. So half an hour, you tahu dah 80%, tak kata 100%, 80% you dah tahu dah how to do it, the calculation, lebih macam lepas ni kena buat latihan aja. So you akan anchor tau this Swedish method punya analysis dengan ajar adik pada waktu pagi hari Isnin yang lepas, yang sekian-sekian suasana dengan mak masak kari, ada bau kari kat hidung I, ada Lazada 2 kali lalu, kau pergi rumah jiran bukan rumah I, barang I lambat sampai. You associate dengan benda-benda macam tu. Nampak tak? So, tak pasal-pasal, because of this side punya benda kan, peripheral punya benda, buatkan you ingat pula sangat tentang the Swedish method analysis yang akan you bawa masuk exam, keluar pula masuk exam. Nampak tak? Can you see? So these are things that we are talking about, my dear students. When we say about this block time concept or turn on the timer too, while we say yes, we follow a jadwal and things like that, but in these very different times, no more difficult, different times, we learn to be flexible. We learn to be more adaptive. Otherwise, what will happen? If we don't do that, what will happen? Kita yang suffer. Kan? Kita mati. I berprinsip punya. I nak macam ni. I memang keras or whatever. Apa gunanya cakap semua tu? Menang apa? Menang prinsipal? Nak masuk exam ni sekarang. Konteks ialah exam. I want to do well. Exam dah lah my coursework tak adalah tinggi sangat. I tetap nak A ni. A plus lah macam jauh sikit lah. Macam mana kira tak sekarang. Tapi I nak A lah. Tapi kalau I teruskan kekerasan quote unquote I ni, macam B plus pun susah ni. Kan? Until and unless I start to be more flexible. And if you look at the little notes down there kan, ada cakap yang 50-10 tu. This is just a suggestion because you know your timetable kan pun 50 minutes saja, perasan tak? Waktu kuliah pun 50 minutes. Every block is 50 minutes. Then you have 10 minutes to laju-laju bergerak ke kelas lain ke ataupun tak rehat kejap ke apa. Perasan kan bukan 1 jam, dia 50 minit aja. Of course also injury time lah, kok pencernaan dah lebih masa sikit dan sebagainya. Alright, so apparently it has been scientifically proven, done the experiment, they show that 50 minutes. I want to tarik perhatian to the 10 tu. 50 study, 10 to speed yang you kena break tu kan. When we talk about break, macam tadi Dr. Angzzas sebut break ni. When you take a break, take a serious break. Take a serious break. Do not do anything that is pertaining to your revision again. Study sound mechanics, thermodynamics ni, tengah study ni, bersungguh-sungguh buat latihan. Janganlah 10 minutes break atau 15 minutes break tu, pergi ambil buku lain dan buat ulang kaji pula. Atau buat latihan satu lagi. That is not breaking. That is continuing. That is no good. Okay, you know why? You'll be surprised to learn this, my dear students, very quickly. You can go on the, if you like, you can go on my thinking out loud series. There was one that talked about Zeigarnik effect. I also learned that because I happened to come across this article about Zeigarnik effect. Pendekkan cerita ialah, it has been proven, it has been proven that when we are doing something with high focus, right, for a certain period of time, 50 minutes contohnya, and we have a 10 to 15 minutes meal break, if we go and do something that's totally different from what we have been concentrating for that 50 minutes, studying, we were concentrating 15 minutes playing the violin, we were concentrating 15 minutes playing the game, we were concentrating 15 minutes trying to do a cross stitch or whatsoever that is. The 10-15 minutes, we're going to do something else like skipping. Suddenly go and skip. Suddenly go and sing. Suddenly go to neighbor's house and chatting, membawang away. Suddenly go and ajak adik pergi lari sekeliling taman. Totally different. And then you come back to your original work, whether it's practicing your violin, studying for your exam, doing a cross stitch, or trying to resolve a calculation, you find that you are far, far more productive and far, far more efficient compared to the first 50 minutes you did it. And this has been proven. Alright. Banding dengan orang yang terus-menerus buat. Dah 15 minit suruh break 10 minit tak. Dia teruskan buat. Dia kata, I buat lain, I buat subjek lain pula. So dia dah nampak, bila dia kembali to start the second 15 minutes to the revision, dia tak se-effective, tak se-productive seperti orang yang break. So you should try this, my dear students. Kadang-kadang, that's what I said, Angzzas pun highlight tadi, jangan, ataupun jangan tu nunggu cakap jangan, you lagi akan terbayang-bayang tu. So let's say we should all focus on our break. Betul-betul enjoy our break. Bila kata break tu, memang enjoy our break habis-habisan. Buat yang kita suka. Totally different from what we're doing. So now yang kita tengah guna tu, meditate lah macam Daniel cakap. Yes, whatever it is that is different from what you're doing now. If tadi tu tengah ambil pen, tengah buat calculation, sekarang pen tak ada dalam gambar ni, tak ada. I'm not going to touch any paper, any pen. I'm going to do something different. Go and main pokok kat luar ke, play with my little hamster or my little pet lizard or whatever that is. Macam tu lah. Totally different. Try my dear students, because this has been proven lah. Totally break, take a serious break. It's not my mind punya break. Memang serious break. Bukannya terus-menerus buat. Because it's not going to be helpful. And last but not least, kita senang lupa. Kan tadi ada cakap terlupa kan. Set the timer lah. Itu handphone kalau suruh update FB, Insta, Twitter bukan main lah. Number 5 here is about focusing on the big ideas or key details. When you're cramming for an exam, this is not the time to ambil itu modul, baca page to page, word by word lah. This is not the time. The time has come and passed. Okay? This is the time to tengok balik the recorded lecture. Apa benda yang lecturer tu asyik highlight dalam kelas. Lecturer pun manusia. Dalam dia sorok-sorok, dia tak boleh help it punya. Dia akan ter-emphasize, terulang-ulang cakap satu point, satu subtopik yang dia tahu dia akan tanya dalam final exam dia. Manusia macam tu lah. Sorok-sorok sebab manusia fitrahnya jujur kan, dia okay? And ada yang terang-terang memang cakap, if I were you, I'll study this. If I were you, I'll take the highlighter and highlight this. Come on, pay attention okay? And then look back at the past semester questions as well. Pergi balik macam tu aja lah, lakukan pattern yang mungkin nilai tu ubah sikit, gambar dia ubah sikit. Okay, so come up with the main headings, main ideas, focus your energy there. Yang tak berapa penting, you tahu punya, itu tak penting lah, ni sangat sub-sub dah, sangat tepi dah, so put aside. Headings, keywords, equations, baru lah isikan anak-anak dia yang penting. Yang lain-lain tu filter out. This is not the time lah, nak gini gitu, detail tu tak ada, tak mau. Alright, Dr. Angzzas, over to you.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Iman. Yes, I backtrack sikit. Point nombor 4 tadi tu kan, it's about time. She mentioned about time. Masa sangat penting. So, I have mentioned just now, time management requires pain management. Why? Because usually, why you do not want to do that thing? Sebab apa yang rasa yang dia bagi dekat you. You tahu macam mana nak jadi sihat pergi run. Every day ada half an hour run. Tapi you still nak duduk atas katil, nak kedel-kedel up, bawa selimut. Why? Because rasa berlari itu akan bagi you macam sangat sakit. Penatnya tak cukup nafas dan sebagainya. So, I want to share. Can you stop sharing that? So, what you have to do is this. Kalau dah keadaan sangat merudum, you have to re-energize yourself. Re-energizing yourself. How do you re-energize yourself? Daniel, how do you re-energize yourself? Daniel kata, I meditate. Okay. Alright. I give you the tips. A quick tips to re-energize yourself sebenarnya adalah dengan oxygen. Breathing. Breathing yang masuk, oksigen yang masuk dalam you akan recharge you punya brain, recharge your cells, and then dia bagi you feel good sensation. Kan? So, macam mana kita bernafas dengan betul? Ada dua kaedah what I mean is this. Satu, kita akan, kalau you dalam keadaan yang kita marah kan, you punya brain wave pun dah sampai beta, sangat haywire. Dan cara you nak calm it down is you do the deep breathing. Macam mana deep breathing, Chee? Tarik nafas dengan hidung, hembus dengan mulut. Chee, letak tangan dekat atas perut. Cuba bernafas macam biasa, Daniel. Masa you tarik nafas tu, you punya perut kembung ke kempis? Yeah, keep breathing. Exactly. Masa kita tarik nafas, the tummy is actually expanded because our lung push dia down. So dia expanded ke depan, and bila you exhale, you squeeze all the carbon dioxide out. So ada orang kata terbalik doktor, terbalik. That means kena revisit balik cara kita breathing. Bila kita optimize our oxygen intake and then we maximize our capability. Do you know that dalam badan kita terhasil daripada 30 billion sel, and all the cells actually needs oxygen. Kalau oxygen tak masuk dalam badan you, imagine how your performance is. Bayangkan yang kena COVID tu kan, sepatutnya kita ada minimum 95% oxygen in our blood. Below than that, you dah kira perlukan rawatan 50. My brother just now, dia ada last week 50% oxygen sebab kena COVID, and it's so struggling. Rupanya nak bernafas ni sangat susah sebenarnya. So you really have to close your eyes, focus on actually getting the oxygen inside you. Satu lagi kaedah adalah yang panting. This is I learned from Tony Robbins when me and Dr. Iman pergi ke Singapore attending this training by Tony Robbins, a US guy, yang dia punya talk adalah dia punya fees $1 million a day, 1 million USD a day. So dia kata macam dia every morning dia suka breathing yang laju tu. Try that Daniel. Make sure lah kat depan hidung tu ambil lah tisu kan, takut terkeluar apa-apa pula dekat hidung tu kan. Like that is actually how we put the oxygen in. So either cepat and then you change to the more slow mode. Okay, so oxygen breathing sangat penting. When you breathe, just focus on the oxygen coming into yourself and then the exhaling. Very good. And water. Water intake is sangat-sangat penting. So make sure how to dilute your blood supaya oksigen dapat diedarkan dan carbon dioxide dapat dikeluarkan is from having a good concentration of your blood. Cara nak cairkan dia sikit is drink water, and water with a bit of lemon akan make it better for your water to be absorbed in your body. So make sure you have everyday. Nak cakap sebab dianya mudah dan murah kan, people take advantage of it. Oxygen free, so you tak payah bayar pun, and you have to use it to your benefit or advantage. Air, minum air yang good investment. Sugary drinks tu kalau boleh kita kurangkan sikit because the sugar actually affecting your performance. So drink a lot of water. Tadi Dr. Chan sebut tentang block time. Okay, this is what I would like to share about blocking time. When Dr. Chan was mentioning, bagi I, when you do your blocking time, I want you to focus on 3 perkara. Yang pertama adalah, I want you to focus on yourself. Yang kedua, I want you to focus on the relationships. Okay, yang ketiga, I want you to focus on your study. Okay, doktor, apa maksud you on yourself? Okay, what are the things that you likes to do? Macam tadi kan, you katakan you suka tengok drama. You cannot tahan diri you daripada, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Benda tu nanti akan coming back to you and lagi rebel. So you have to slot some time untuk you do the things that you like to do. Boleh? So kalau you suka main game, it's okay, but do have a block time untuk dia, and intended punya block time. Sleeping is very very important. Orang kadang-kadang student tadi kata ada sleep deprivation kan, tak boleh nak tidur. Tidur malam, what you actually do to your body is you are organizing balik you punya file dalam kepala of the things that you learn for that day. Masa you tidur baru file dekat dalam kepala tu nak rearranging, sorting kat mana nak letak kat sini, sebab tu nanti the next time that you wanted to keluarkan dia mudah sebab dia ada systematic kat dalam kepala. Tapi kalau you tak cukup rest, you tak ada tidur, the file is all over the places. Apa nak ingat, tapi macam mana, kat mana, because it's all there, berterabur. So that is why you got to tell yourself to have a good sleep. Pukul 10, 10:30, maximum 11, try to get that sleep. Itu macam mana nak tidur, kita have another class for that. But you can do the check on YouTube how to get a good sleep. Start with that. Makanan yang bagus, also good for you, especially during this exam time. And health. Maksudnya apa? Do spend like every day 20 to 30 minutes. Sebenarnya kata jalan get some peluh, it's very good for you sebab dia trigger you punya good hormones inside your body. You nak belajar pun okay, everything is in agreement with you. once you buat the 30 minutes punya body exercise tu, 8 jam dia akan reside in your body, the good hormones. So that's why all the high performance people, they do the exercises in the morning supaya dia ada 8 jam feel good feelings. Sebab tu ada orang, okay, tak cukup macam Dr. Chee ni, dia tak cukup pagi, dia petang pun dia pergi run lagi. Okay, I either one lah, I choose either one. At least we move our body. Okay, when we move our body, satu hormone, good hormones release, and then you make the connection in your brain too. Okay, go to the relationship. Block time ataupun time management yang ideal adalah you also have these social needs. Setuju? So you got to slot in this keperluan untuk social need bersama family, bersama kawan-kawan, dekat mana dalam seharian you ada tu. Seminggu, katakanlah you want to do a seminggu punya block time. Because when you have this quote-unquote relationship punya masa, and then you will feel more, kita kata apa, bermanfaat. Dia ada another psychological need untuk kita beri manfaat dan rasa bermanfaat. So family, maybe bila kena buat kerja untuk mak ke, ayah ke, adik ke, nenek ke, itu adalah your contribution dalam relationship family. Sama juga dengan kawan-kawan, have some half an hour punya meeting up dan sebagainya. The third one is your study. Doktor, kenapa study ni besar sangat? Dia punya ruang, doktor. Sebab sekarang you are student, tugas you study. Sebab tu dia besar dia punya commitment study you tu. Kan? Because now you have this title of being a student. So I adalah yang kata to-do list and have a block time. To me, I like to integrate dua-dua. Ada orang kata jangan buat to-do study, it's not effective. To me, to-do list. What do I have to do? Perlu ada, and this block study mempunyai 3, kita letak sekali dalam kita punya timetable. So kalau you tengok dekat yang this part here, what I have drawn for you, kan, you have a block time untuk you tidur, that is for yourself. Maybe like Daniel tadi tu ada dekat dalam ni yang you nak meditate. Things that you do for yourself, for your health, for your for your health as an overall. So you ada juga slot time untuk do some relationship punya timing with your family, with your friends. And then you also have yang merah-merah ni you kan. So you have this relationship and you have all these study things going on every day, ada things yang you do towards your study because you are a student. So what you focus on grows. So energy you akan expand dengan apa yang you focus on. So make sure you make an intentional apa yang you nak buat sebenarnya. Even kalau you nak pergi go on surfing on internet because you love it, because you like to do that, good. But intentionally put it there so you can feel good about yourself. Okay, that's it daripada this slot for me. I'll hand over back to you, Dr. Chan. So it's already 12:18. Yeah.
Also sharing there by Dr. Angzzas. We'll just quickly go back to the slides and it's coming to a wrap soon. Students, hope you won't feel. Well, sometimes we say when it's a good time, then we don't know. We don't feel time passing by, and then hujung saya, oh masa mencemburui kita. We really hope that you find it. You could say that for this program that we are having this morning for you, huh? Yeah, and alright, coming to involving all the senses, I'll pass this over to Dr. Angzzas soon. She has got some very good tips to share with you here. Just very quickly, while you're reading through the little notes there we have for you, dear students, just now there were these probably some questions about, oh, it's like, I know exercises are good for me, but then I can't bring myself out of the bed. It's nicer to roll up in my selimut pagi-pagi, gini gitu. Sama juga kata nak study dan sebagainya. Now, macam ni lah, kita semua macam tu punya. It's a lot, when we start to think, we give ourselves time to process, cari alasan-alasan untuk tidak buat sesuatu, banyaklah alasan. Sebab tu orang tua cakap betul lah, hendak 1000 daya, tak nak 1000 dalih. Jadi macam mana nak buat ni? Nah, quickly I share with you this tip. This is not by me, this is by a lady who had this problem. Basically, her life was a mess and then she was in a lot of debt. So come to a point that she lost her job, lost everything. In the morning, she refused to get up. Okay, and took to drinking pula. This is another problem. Mak Saleh lah, tak payah sebut nama lah. Took to drinking and also going into alcoholism and so on and so forth lah. Macam mana ni, if tak jaga memang depresi. So dah sampai tahap macam tu, one morning, as a typical morning goes, 7 o'clock in the morning, alarm goes off, she's still in bed, she's not getting out, the kids will just take out themselves, sapu, peanut butter kat roti, pergi sekolah lah, uruskan sendiri. So sambil tu dia pun ambil remote tekan nak buka TV, dalam bilik tidur ada TV. Kebetulan ternampak mereka tengah show apa tahu, tengah show 1969 when the first expedition going to the moon, when we launched the rocket to the moon. So dia pun nampak, tengah tengok itu NASA countdown dalam mama nampak the NASA counter will start counting 3, 2, 1, then it launched. And I'm sure all of us have seen this, no matter how in this interested are we about space exploration, we all have heard about the launching of rockets, and it counts 3, 2, 1, it will definitely take off. Betul tak? Tak pernah lagi kata tak take off ni. Cuma take off, blast out or blow out in the middle or in mid-air itu berlaku. That is very sad. That's a different story. Kesimpulannya lah, to launch a rocket, when the countdown counts, 3, 2, 1, it goes. You know what happened? The lady suddenly sebab Tuhan nak bagi, dapat hidayah masa tu, dan dia bangkit daripada katil dia. Dia sebut dekat diri dia pun macam rocket. When the counting comes 3, 2, 1, I get up, regardless whether I like it or not, whether I'm in pain or not, whether I'm in tears or not, whether I'm mabuk ke tidak, I akan bangkit. And you know what happened? 1 year down the road, she became a millionaire, starting a business of what, giving talks to people like her, helping people who are down in their life, down and out, and not pick themselves up, all starting with this. And she called this thing the 3, 2, 1 punya technique. So my dear students, try it out. I did it on myself as well. How do you think I could bring myself up in the morning to go and run? How could I bring myself to run again in the evening if I could make it? How? Because it's good for you. You don't start thinking I'm pain, my leg is pain, I want to lie down, I want to eat this bar of chocolate, I already ate tea, I cannot run now, my stomach is full, bagai-bagai alasan. No. 3, 2, 1, you get up and you start doing it. Try it. Because when we cut off our thinking, we stop ourselves from thinking, refuse ourselves the lebih-lebihan the thinking, we know where it's leading punya. Okay, then we start doing something. And once that terbangun, what are you going to do? Takkan nak duduk balik kan? What do we say about physiology? Macam dia senyum tadi, dah tersenyum, takkan tiba-tiba nak turun semua. Dah tersenyum, hati pun dah riang sikit dah. Tak adalah serta-merta nak jadi tak riang, manusia macam tu. Sama juga kalau fizikal terbangun, physiology terbangun, apalagi melangkah kan. Another thing is langkah, takkan nak duduk balik kan? Contohnya. Yeah, okay. Now, the next one, I pass on to Dr. Angzzas. This, my dear students, pay attention because this is very, very important, not just for your primary for exam, it's for your life as well, all right? The senses. Over to you, Dr. Angzzas.
Right, thank you, Dr. Iman. When I saw these tips dekat nombor 6 ni, I kata it gets me excited. Sebab apa? Sebab kita semua, almost all of us have these 5 senses, betul? Kita ada 5 senses ini. Leave it there. I think I like it. Leave it there. So we have these 5 senses. Dan rupa-rupanya all of us dalam sense ni, this is what make us us. Ini yang menjadikan diri kita. Kan the ability untuk melihat, kemudian untuk mendengar, menghidu, merasa, menyentuh, taste it kan. This is what makes us. Dan rupa-rupanya over the years kita develop preference. Maksudnya kita develop sensitivity terhadap 5 deria kita ni. So ada orang channel visual dia dengan mata akan sangat sensitif. Sebab dia dah ada mungkin dia banyak training dengan mata dia, mungkin selalu tengok TV banyak color, mungkin the parents banyak teach dia dengan flashcard masa kecil. So visual dia sangat sensitif, atau kita kata apa, terbuka channel dia. Ada pula, okay, if you are this kind of people, macam nak tahu doktor, I ni orang yang macam mana? Kalau you cakap laju macam I kan, lepas tu baju pula pandai matching kan, somehow colours, matching of colours, you know how to do it and very well, and suara you sangat cepat dan suara you sangat tinggi dan cakap sangat laju and you banyak idea, so you are a visual person. Okay, orang yang visual person ni dia studies very well dengan nota-nota yang berkala, flashcard, mind maps, when you see the overall picture. Okay, so if you are these people, orang yang menggunakan visual you sangat bagus, you use a lot of macam colour punya coordination. Macam tadi you nampak I buat kan, kalau you colour merah, colour biru dan colour biru, so it actually triggers you a little bit more, you lagi cepat dapat. Okay, orang yang, are you this type of people? Adakah you bila you bercakap, suara you akan you merdukan? Maksudnya kalau orang cakap jerit-jerit, you macam tak boleh nak terima. You macam susahnya nak masuk. Macam kan Daniel kan, macam kalau you nak bercakap pun you akan ambil masa untuk susun ayat you supaya bunyinya tu sedap didengari. And kalau you are this type of people, sebenarnya cara yang paling bagus you belajar adalah you are listening to the lecture. Buka YouTube, buka apa-apa iPod, apa dia panggil podcast, and then you listen to that topic. You listen. Tak ada doktor mana ada topik mengajar saya punya spesifik topik ni. And what you can do is you can record your voice. You record your voice and you pasang malam, you pasang nak tidur, you pasang besok pagi. I have a student who wants to study sejarah and they do that. Daripada fail, dia dapat B. Okey lah kan? Daripada fail dia dapat B menggunakan teknik just record dia punya voice, suara dia, dan it keeps on playing. So if you are this type of learner, maksudnya you sangat sensitif dengan bunyi. You bagus menggunakan teknik. Okay, masa you belajar, pasang lagu. Lagi bagus, mungkin ada satu lagu untuk satu topik atau kursus. Satu lagu tu, you mainkan dia sebelum you belajar, you mainkan dia, you let it play, and then you start your revision. Lepas tu you play it again. You know what will happen? Dekat dalam psychological network you, bila you sing that song, masa dalam dewan exam kan you menyanyi dalam kepala, janganlah nyanyi kat luar, then you nanti kena suruh keluar dewan nanti. When you sing that song in your head, it's easier for you to find that note, that notes that you nak kena keluarkan dia. Sebab tu kata kalau macam dalam Muslim dia suka suruh selawat dan sebagainya, because selawat tu dia bagi you rasa macam okay, I'm being creative, I'm being open. So bila dia tengah buat kerja dia dekat dalam dewan exam tu, dia akan astaghfirullah, dia akan berselawat Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad. So it's trigger, itu adalah anchor. So if you are the type of this auditory, use that thing, use songs, use your voice, use bunyi-bunyi yang boleh menjadikan you are more creative. Okay, doktor, what if saya ni orang yang berkenaan dengan bau? Macam mana bau, boleh ke bau? So actually, you pernah tak kalau katakan masuk satu tempat, you je boleh bau, orang lain macam tak boleh nak bau tu, ada bau something ni lah, you je yang boleh detect. That means your channel untuk smell sangat kuat, and that could also be your superpower. So orang yang dia punya channel ni sangat heightened atau sangat acute, kita kata sangat sensitif ni, itulah dia punya, boleh jadi dia punya superpower. So how? You pernah nampak tak ada antara kawan-kawan kamu masuk dalam kelas, dia bawa minyak cakapak lah, minyak ni lah. Kadang-kadang bukan sakit kepala pun. But that minyak letak dia dalam keadaan ready untuk belajar. Kan orang sekarang dah ada essential oil kan, essential oil. Mungkin bau yang begini, bau peppermint ni, you nak rasa kreatif ataupun you nak rasa nak put yourself in that study state. So kan Chee, Kian Win kan, you boleh kata mungkin I suka bau rose. Bau rose buatkan I rasa nak fokus. Bau rose ni buatkan I rasa macam I boleh je belajar banyak-banyak. Bring that essential oil, bawa masuk dewan and you can do that. Because you dah anchor dia masa you belajar. Macam Daniel kan, katakan I nak bau lavender. So masa I belajar, bilik I pasang lavender je. You know, to give that that creative mode, that curiosity mode, that bijak mode, that genius mode kan. So dekat dalam dewan, you can actually bring your lavender with you and start inhaling. And it gives you the same sensation. Kalau tak ada doktor, saya tak ada doktor lavender, mana mampu nak cari. Minyak cakapak pun boleh lah. Sebab tu ada orang yang bila macam my daughter, dia kata dalam kelas dia adalah beberapa perempuan yang bawa minyak cakapak. So mungkin bukan pening pun, dia selesa dengan bau tu, associate dengan dia ready untuk belajar. Okay, so ada juga student yang kinesthetic touch. Dia tak boleh belajar duduk aja 1 jam tadi tu. Dia kena buat something. Mungkin dia kena buat dia punya flashcard. Mungkin dia kena keep on berjalan. You know, I have a student yang actually dia kena berkeliling berjalan nak baca dia punya nota tu. Sambil berjalan sambil baca. So, knowing all this, maksudnya you have to know kat mana you punya channel and you can use that. You can top up 1, 2, 3 channel lain untuk enhance. And the most important thing I rasa, we can, macam Dr. Chan dah tulis kat situ kan, when you talk to yourself, every big idea you read, you talk it out loud. Faham? Maksudnya you kata, oh okay, explain things to yourself. Maksudnya you mengajar diri you lah. And also orang yang bagus dengan yang tadi listening tu, kalau dia mengajar orang lain, dia akan jadi cepat faham. Macam my daughter, she's an auditory. Sebelum ni dia memang sangat kuat auditory. Dia punya sight dia visual kurang sikit. So you know, I told her, Alicia, you are very good dengan you punya bunyi. Why don't you go and meet up dengan kawan and offer them untuk ajar diorang? So she used that and that's become very effective. And lepas tu kita develop dia punya visual punya channel. Now dia into flashcard, into active recalling. And it actually helps her a lot. So maksudnya my dear student, kalau kita rasa macam semua pun kita punya willpower, and usually willpower is only 10% of you punya capacity. 90% is this, utilizing all your ability, different ability in your study, gauge kan? Gauge your ability in your study, pelbagaikan dia. Apa lagi? Okay, my daughter juga dia ada this hamster. Sebab apa? Sebab dia lepas dia buat kerja, orang kinesthetic, dia nak pegang hamster dia tu. So the mushiness of the hamster tu macam bagi dia rasa, oh okay, I can talk to my hamster, I can ajar dia biology, my hamster pandai biology dan sebagainya, whatever that is. Tapi kita tahu apa diri kita. That's why I kata the first point tadi tu, information gathering or awareness about yourself is very important. When you know yourself, you can use that untuk heighten up ataupun kita kata apa, untuk cepatkan you punya pembelajaran. Pilih channel yang betul. Tiba-tiba kan Daniel katakan ada group, study group kan. Study group pula kawan kita tu, let's say you auditory, kawan you tu visual. Kalau you tak bagi dia gambar rajah map, dia tak dapat nak faham. Jadi bila kita ada in a different study group, so we have to know, okay, orang ini dia pandai apa, kita suruh dia buat tu. Dia ni kelebihan dia visual, kita suruh dia buat map. Daniel, you punya kelebihan on your auditory, you record you punya voice. Nanti I nak dengar. Macam itulah contohnya. Okay, Dr. Iman. Okay, satu lagi kat situ. You know, when you, that is a very good point. Infused with senses and emotions help you to remember. Okay, you take your right hand in front of you and you kata dekat situ emotions. And you have your left hand, that is information. So kalau you ada emotion bersama information, barulah you ada long term memory. Kalau you punya emotion masa you belajar zero, what is anything kali dengan zero? Zero. Apa-apa information yang you ada, you takkan retain dia sebab information ni tak ada couple dengan emotion, it becomes zero. So emotions, information together, dia akan jadi long term memory. Kan kalau I tanya you kan, apa yang you ingat you belajar masa awal-awal semester? Mungkin yang you remember tu how the lecturer makes you feel, how you feel were laughing and all, but then oh okay, ada exposure, high curiosity is very good. So make sure bila you belajar, you masukkan your strong emotion into that learning. Okay, so that's it, over to you Dr. Chan. Your mic is not on.
Okay. Yeah, I repeat myself, saying that about these senses could be that maybe throughout the PKP, because you are not exactly physically in class kan, tak ada face to face, so mungkin yang mata dengan telinga tu sangat tajam dah sekarang. Okay, tapi yang mungkin yang smell tu, olfactory tu tak berapa. Sebab apa? Mungkin masuk kelas yang tadi Dr. Angzzas kata, ada je kawan kat kelas tu yang pakai perfume sekian. Bau je, kalau dia masuk kelas dia dah tahu dah masuk kelas lah macam tu. You get what I mean? So that is missing. So whatever that we don't have now is okay, put aside, but we strengthen apa yang kita ada lah. Macam tu. Apa-apa yang can anchor you to it. Kita cakap the memory yang Dr. Angzzas tanya je, if you recall the last class you had, what was the thing, the last lecture you had last week, what was the thing that stick in your head? You nak recall tu sangat susah kan, tapi kalau associate dengan sesuatu yang berlaku waktu, kebetulan masa tu pizza man sampai, masa tu lah pensyarah sampai point tu, you ingat tu contohnya. Okay, without further ado, we move on to the last tip. I am sure you can't wait for this. And we save this for last. Making your own notes. Making your own notes. This is like going back to the beginning kan. The second point yang kita kata apa? Oh, kena apa nama sediakan info gathering. Semua benda-benda yang perlukan semua ada. Alright. And now is the other two is about making your notes. We are closing the loop dah. Make your own notes. You are not going to make revision studying from your module or textbook ya. Tolong ya students, tolong. That is so not going to happen. After one page you pun dah give up dah. Satu topik 20 pages. 5 topik 100 pages. Macam mana nak hadamkan macam tu? It's time to make your own quote-unquote little toyos. Toyos yang will never go into exam hall. Macam ni. Macam-macam pattern lah. Okay. And the cool thing is that, look at point number 3. When you start writing down, when you start writing things down, especially when you start to put your mind to it and put colors and so on and so forth, 80% of your work is done. Because while you're writing it down, baca, filter, key points, masukkan, baru masukkan anak-anak dia yang berkaitan, yang tak berkaitan, abaikan, dan doa jangan keluar masa exam, 80% of the work is done. Because you already run down the first round of your revision lah. So the remaining 20% buat apa? Baca lah nota yang dah tulis tu. Tak payah lawa-lawa, cukup lawa untuk mata you sudah. Not for other people. That's why you can never read other people's notes. Kan? Ada kan? Kadang-kadang ada kawan yang quote-unquote malas pinjam kita photostat dan sebagainya. Itu pelik lah sebenarnya. Alright? And open up your senses. Jangan lupa, the last point that open up your senses. Dia berkait dengan point yang sebelum tadi tu. Apa yang, mungkin the certain colours. If you are visual, certain colour in there. Or start using your mobile phone. Optimize kan. Semua phone pun boleh record suara kan. Record sendiri suara dan dengar. Masa tidur buka dengar lah. Akan masuk otak tu. Very, very miraculous punya. Magical punya. Macam apa, what do you call that? Macam betul-betul install program lah. Dia akan masuk otak you. Try it lah. Apa-apa cara pun, you have sendiri semak sendiri. Pause for a moment, semak sendiri. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your preferences? So you start optimizing on your strength. So what do we say? This is not for 3 months or 3 years. This is for 1 month saja. Going for the exam starting from now to study with. Okay? Right.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you, Dr. Iman. Like Amira was saying that buat nota sendiri does help you a lot. Kan? Plus, it is so much more easier to read and get the information because you know where you write it. A very good point. Kita remember tadi masa awal-awal I kata ada distraction, ada traction kan? The traction are the things that you should do to get you to where you are, you want to go. So maksudnya start to plan all the actions that you can do. Plan lah, and invest on the actions that you have to do. This lecture, actually, this sharing might be good for you for your exam, but it's actually even better if you can start early bila you nak buat next semester. Or siapa yang dah habis sudah nak dekat this is our last semester, Doctor. But don't you think that this is also information good for your life? I mean, how to block out your time dan sebagainya kan? So very good. Breathing and exercising and good water intake adalah sangat-sangat bagus. Bila kita cramming, di waktu itulah kita akan rasa stress out. Bila kita cramming, di waktu itulah kita akan rasa macam, oh my god, I don't have time. Bila dah tak ada time, kita terus adalah bisikan-bisikan kata tak apalah ini bawa toyo je lah masuk, kita tiru je lah masuk exam je lah, you know, these things start to look appealing because of the masa yang tak cukup. So betul lah kan, kalau macam dalam Islam pun dia kata demi masa kan, sesungguhnya manusia dalam kerugian kecuali mereka yang berpesan-pesan dengan kebaikan dan kesabaran. So nak cakap apa, time management is very important. Do know where you prioritize. Do have times for yourself, for your relationship, and for the right now is the study lah. Okay, Dr. Iman, you wanted to go to how we see the world.
I think please continue with this. How we see the world.
You go on.
Okay, students, this probably is going beyond your cramming session for the next 4 weeks to come. This is about trying to take charge of our emotions a bit. So, awal tadi ada some comments about that. I tak terkawal lah emosi, my thoughts. Thoughts and emotions and thoughts. Cuba berhenti sekejap. 3 saat. Emotion, thoughts. Dua-dua pun datang di tempat yang sama kan? Betul. We say we feel so happy, pegang sini. I feel so sad. I think, then pegang sini. Then we think. Think is here, feel is here. Tapi sebenarnya all the thinking or feeling are all here kan? Tak apalah. Yang penting ialah anda kata boleh ya, kita cuba practice sekali. Try not to see the world with a microscope. Try to see the world and beyond with a telescope. You pernah dengar tunnel vision kan? Tunnel vision. Apa pun tak nampak, stereoskopik nampak ni aja. Kiri kanan semua tak nampak. Uish, begitu fokus sekali kononnya. Masalahnya bila nampak macam ni aja, kiri ada batu dalam pong kena. Kanan kereta datang tak nampak pong kena langgar. That's why manusia punya mata kan boleh nampak sampai lebih kurang pun 180 degrees lah. Walaupun you tak gerakkan kepala. Tu tadi dapat exercise mata kan. Lepas exercise tu boleh tengok sampai 270 degrees kot agaknya lah. Terkeluar biji mata lah macam tu. Baik-baik yang terkeluar pula macam tu. Okay guys. I leave it to you to think about this. This is really food for thought. It's like the kesimpulan is that what we like kan, ini menyusahkan hati I pun tengok lama-lama makin renung makin where you focus energy flows Tante cakap tadi betul lah. Makin tengok makin besar, makin tengok makin besar. Tadi rasa sikit je sakit, sekarang makin tengok makin sakit Sakitnya tengok ni. Geram betul lah. Makin tengok makin geram. Ni kenapa tengok lagi? Why focus on it? Look away lah, tengok benda lain lah. Bukan ke kebanyakan kita kita tengah upset, what do we do? Tak dapat apa yang kita nak. Tidur. Dah. Stop everything lah. Don't study dah. Tidur. Sleep it away, we say. I leave it to think about it lah. Yang ini, quote dengan Rumi ni, Angzzas will kupas for you. Cuba tengok.
I kupas? No, it's just that what we're trying to say is this, kita selalu kata apa yang the happiness that kita nak, benda yang kita perlu, semua ada dekat luar sana kan, outside our body kan. Tapi sebenarnya if we go and look, everything that we need is inside, dalam diri kita. So that is why don't we start to ask from ourselves, what do I want? Who am I? What do I want? And how can I serve? I think that's it from us today. Kita bagi satu formula. Boleh Dr. Chan? We give them one formula. Do we have time for that? Nak formula tu, Daniel, on how to manage your wild thought. Okay. I just okay. You take this STEAR. Apa tu doktor? So this is what happen dalam you punya kehidupan setiap hari. So what do we mean by that? Okay, S is situation. Sesuatu berlaku kepada you. You nak exam, for example kan? Ada seminggu je nak exam ni. So many things to do. So then what happened to you? You start to do the thinking. Sama ada you nak kata, oh matilah saya. Ataupun you nak start kata, oh I can do this. Bila you kata matilah saya, cuba check your emotion. What happened to your emotion? Kan Chee kan, matilah saya. You start rasa takut, you start rasa pressure, you start rasa macam tak ada harapan dah dekat you. And what will you be doing? Dah rasa stress semua ni, what is your action? Better I pergi tidur lah. Weird kan? Dah tahu tak ada masa, dah tahu dah ni, tapi dia sebab dia takut, dia take that action. Apa yang akan jadi lepas tu? Result. This is your result lah. This is what you gonna get. So kalau kita patah balik sikit tadi, oh nak exam. Kita punya fikiran adalah, tak apa, sempat ada seminggu, I'm going to chunk down, organize apa yang I nak kena belajar. So bila dah kata macam tu, fikiran macam tu, how do you gonna feel about this? Rasa better kan? Bila dah rasa better, look at your action. Action you akan ambil apa? Pergi belajar. And in the end, apa you punya result? A good result, a result. Kalau tengok benda-benda ni, sebenarnya tempat yang you boleh buat kat berubah hanyalah dekat sini saja. You choose your thinking. Yang lain semua dah jadi, apa kita kata? Kesan, consequence. So, every time situation happen, situation dia tak ada positif, tak ada negatif dia neutral. Sebenarnya, walaupun you kata, doktor, COVID, macam mana COVID boleh neutral? Ada orang tak ada terkesan dengan COVID, tak ada family dia sakit, dia masih dapat gaji, dia masih okey, tak ada apa-apa. So dia punya thinking masih kata okey. Tapi ada orang yang sangat affected. So the thinking process yang menentukan sama ada you are positive or you are negative. Betul? So you can choose, exam lagi seminggu, I dah tak ada masa. Now is your thinking process. You ada dua option. What are you going to think about? Adakah you akan fikir, I ada masa sebab I'm going to do this, or habislah I mati? Why don't you choose antara dua ni, pilih yang give you empowerment ataupun empowering to you. And this thinking yang akan decide you punya result in the end. This part here. Boleh? Actually, I'm going to couple this. Kita akan bagi satu tips dekat sini. Kita see, I'm going to add B dekat atas ni. So it's be still. Apa maksud B? This is actually your body. Katakanlah you dah rasa so stressed out, tapi you tahu you tak boleh terus dengan keadaan stress out. You have to do something about it. Use your body to change your emotion. Macam mana you nak use your body? Tadi kita kata breathing. Okay, tadi kita kata ambil air. Tadi kita kata buat exercises. Maksudnya change where you are now to something else. Pergi mandi dalam air, bawa air bagi you punya temperature turun. Use your body to change your emotion. So now you have be still as tips and formula for you to make a better decision and akhirnya untuk dapat a better result. Okay? How's that? Work out? Great. Okay, Dr. Chan, over to you.
Right, thanks, Angzzas. So I think we can quickly go through the last few slides. Actually, the last bit of our session is really for you students to share with you your views. Share with us your views, your questions and things like that. You tak cakap, kita tak tahu. Kokok lah kita tak cover apa yang you nak tanyakan kan. So yang tadi Dr. kongsikan dengan you is actually berkaitan dengan change your old ways lah. I think Einstein said this, I cannot quote verbatim, along the ways that if you try to approach the problem, the same problem which we failed to solve the other time, with the same solution, of course tak boleh. Dan tu lah, nak buka itu apa screw yang bentuk palang tu, bentuk palang, you bawa screwdriver, okay, the other way around. You nak buka screw yang bentuk palang as in satu line tu, right? You bawa Phillips screwdriver yang mata silang. Macam mana nak buka? Macam mana? Sampai kiamat pun tak boleh buka, okay? Melainkan dipecahkan lah lock tu ataupun screw tu lah. Nampak tak? So that's the thing lah. So we got to change. If we don't change, then a little bit difficult lah kan? Nak expect things to get any better. Okay. So we actually come to the end of it, the session, and as we said, we wanted to wrap by 1 o'clock. So we have like 10-15 minutes left for students to share with us. If you share on your mic, come on, ask us questions, share with us your ideas, and we left our numbers there. Kokot, you nak pian tepi ask us something or stuff like that. Okay.
I think this time I want to give Daniel the chance to actually speak to us or give us some sharing. Apa yang insight you got from this sharing? Daniel, would you like to share with us? Ada nak share?
Okay, so maybe I share a little bit with my mental health. So yes, recently I've been diagnosed with OCD, which is an obsessive compulsive disorder. For me, I cannot focus on anything, even during when I am driving. So, and another thing, just recently, my doctor psychiatrist tell me that I may also have a GAD, which is a generalized anxiety disorder. It's about worrying something that is unnecessary in our everyday life. So for now, I am trying to find the best solution, control with my thoughts, my random thoughts, my emotion, and also yes, let's now the question, the body. For me, how I like calm down myself is I also take a nap for 30 minutes. Even for 30 minutes helps me a lot. and meditate. And for the breathing technique, I use the Wim Hof breathing technique.
Yeah.
It's he is the
This is the crazy guy who go and climb Everest mountain without any clothes. So
uh,
yeah.
so sometimes I use that technique to control. So for studying, I call myself a C plus student because I'm not a really smart kind of person, but I don't let that like apa? I don't have that mindset yang always need to be smart person so you can be successful. So for me, my strength is my experience. Experience is also skill. Now I'm learning. For example, one of the things is the leadership skill. So from sem one and right now I am in semester two. I have leading for semester one. I'm leading for 5 group. And for semester two, I'm leading for maybe 5 or 6 group. So yes, uh, right now it's a good. I'm proud of myself because I can do it, even though like I have this and mental illnesses. So yes, that, itu saja lah.
Okay, right. Thank you Daniel for sharing. You ada sebut tadi tentang the anxiety. Anxiety is about kita risau tentang masa depan. Dia belum happen tapi you dah start risau tentang dia. Kalau orang yang ada depression, dia risau dengan yang masa lepas. Benda tu haunting dia. So either way, you are here now. Can you imagine yourself as a battery? Your energy is going a lot to the future yang you tak tahu lagi what is going to happen, kan? So how can your battery here recharge on you kalau dia banyak transfer ke sana, betul? So that is what you wanted to do, kan? You wanted to how to silence it down supaya you tak ke sana. You want to focus on the now. You want to be present. Kan? That's why you involve in the meditations. That's very good, and that's it's very interesting how the minds work. I think we can have a session just to talk about what you have been experiencing. Kerana kadang-kadang these things dia sebenarnya dalam your mind and it is manifested dalam thinking yang macam-macam. So macam mana kita nak listen? Because our mind is also one part of us. Like I told you kan, kita ada 30 billion cell. Imagine kalau setiap cell ada dia punya own mind. How are you going to cater all this sama-sama bawa you? I think tak apa. Lepas ni you can contact us and we just have a quick session on maybe give you some more personalized tips how you can handle with your anxiety. Okay? What is the greatest takeaway that you can get from this sharing? Ada? Mana yang part yang you paling suka? Tadi apa? Tadi macam Mira dia suka tulis note. Note tu very good.
Maybe for me is the point number 4, which is turn on a timer, which is in bracket block time concept. Yeah, I usually like study for sometimes even 6 hours non-stop. Just I know the timer is not present, and that is not good to do. So need to take a break, even for 10 minutes is enough.
50 versus 10. Itu yang tadi Dr. Chan sharekan kan? Right, thank you Daniel. Anyone else? Chee, how to pronounce the name? Chee Kian-wen.
Chee Kian-wen.
Chee Kian-wen. Is there any takeaway daripada sini yang you rasa helpful or interesting for you?
Chairman, come speak up. You don't have to speak in English. You don't want to. Just don't speak in Hokkien, please. Speak in BM. It's okay. Chairman?
Or anyone else? Tak ada siapa nak tulis kat sini. Oh, that's it. Is that us? Okay. And that's it. To sum up, I think we got the 7 tips by initially dengan Dr. Chan tadi tu. The first one is set your goal, set a mini targets, and then the second one is information gathering, have your awareness. tentang your strength and your weaknesses and whatnot. And number 3 is that when they say go offline, sebenarnya get your external triggers manage as well as internal triggers. Internal triggers lebih kepada actually how you feel about things and the meaning that you give, kan. Yang keempat tadi kita kata do have a block time concept, maksudnya those are important to you. Actually you slotkan for you. Then that's how you rasa ada balance, life study balance. Yang kelima, focus on the big things. Kita kata apa, stop doing all benda kecil-kecil yang banyak tu, but benda yang akan mengambil masa yang banyak lama, tapi dia ada satu benda yang important. If you read this book 80-20, the Pareto law tu, buat 20% of ada benda in your life yang when you do it, it will contribute 80% of your performance in life. So identify what are these 20% that you need to cater, and involve all your senses, VAKOG, identify which type of learners you are and use your ability atau kita kata special power so that you can study more effectively. Last but not least, apalah guna kalau kita cakap semua ni, kita tahu all the concept, kita tahu all the theories, tapi kita tak take any actions. And it's all these skills are like muscle, kan, lagi kerap you exercise, lagi muscle you lagi kuat. Got to do with the focus power juga. Focusing is also a skill. The more you do it, the more stronger you become. Macam mana nak focus, doktor? I am so difficult. Tadi tu one of the exercise is just that to take 5 minutes. Just do it on your own and then just focus on the breathing yang masuk dan keluar, bunyi yang you keluarkan tu. Kadang-kadang you terperasan, alamak I dah terfikir something else. It's okay, biar fikiran tu lalu macam kereta, bring back kepada you punya breathing tadi tu. So that's how sikit-sikit kita boleh fokus balik. And then we also go learn about distraction and traction. Ada benda yang distract kita tapi ada benda yang traction yang bawa kita. So focus on the traction. You learn about external trigger and internal triggers. Internal triggers sebenarnya distract you much more than the external triggers. So we have to manage this as well. Some of the tips have been shared for you. And then apa lagi? Kita ada STEAR, kan? So your body, use your body to change your emotion, and then whenever a situation is there, choose an empowering punya thinking, and then you can feel your emotions deriving from your thinking, kan, emotion tu keluar daripada you punya fikiran, and then after that action yang you ambil dan itu adalah result. Okay, that's it. And we have one from Muhammad Nur Rashid. Cara saya study dengan cara tengok kawan study, but now, cara dia tengok kawan dia study. But now study seorang-seorang buatkan saya selalu tak faham. Banyak subjek yang terpaksa berharapkan dekat kawan walaupun bagi saya subjek tu mudah. Ada tips tak doktor untuk saya? So soalan saya kepada Rashid tadi, kan, Rashid, I would have to ask you, sebenarnya bila you tengok kawan you study, apa feeling yang you cuba, you rasa apa sebenarnya? Macam tadi ada orang dia kata dia kena belajar dengan kawan sebab dia tak nak rasa sunyi. Bila dia rasa sunyi, fikiran dia cepat je melayang. So these things, adakah sebab itu, sebab you tak nak rasa sunyi? And perhaps, you know, have a study together, quote unquote, dalam maya to works for you. So we have to identify apa sebenarnya feeling yang you trying to cover up dengan pergi tengok kawan you belajar tu. Adakah ia lonely, adakah dia insecurity atau unsure? Kadang-kadang kita tak pasti, kita nak cepat je ada kawan kita bagi tahu kita, kan, uncertainty kita kata. So if that is the feeling that you have, and then think of apa cara benda yang boleh bagi you rasa certain. Even though that, katakanlah I terpaksa, I have to ask my friend to actually study dengan I daripada pukul berapa ke pukul berapa. Macam mana you buat tu? Ada orang kata buat telegram, ada orang kata tak ada, doktor kita orang dah set dah. Okay, kita mula sekarang ya. So I have seen many of the students, cara-cara diorang belajar untuk adapt waktu PTPR ni. Kadang-kadang nak gelap pun ada, that works for you. So do it. Okay, and then Irene kata, I learned that our mind is the one that decides whether the situation is good, and we can have many ways and tips to improve our emotions and focus during revision. That's right, Irene. Mind kan, thinking. situation yang datang, mula-mula the thought yang datang tu dia neutral. It's up to the way cara you berfikir yang bagi dia negatif atau positif. Okay, good. Irma, I love that this talk has such a positive and good vibes, very inspiring and motivating. Thank you. Thank you, Irma. Anything that you like from this sharing, terus tulis apa yang you nak buat. Kerana dia ada law of forgetting. Kan dia ada law of retention sebenarnya. Kalau you tak buat apa-apa dalam masa 24 jam, 80% daripada apa yang you learn today akan hilang. Wow, scary kan? If you don't do anything dalam 24 jam, apa-apa yang you belajar lah akan hilang. So when you have that notes, go back, revisit your notes. Okay? So very good. Amira, okay, this, hi Dr. Chan, Dr. A, it's so nice to see you.
Senior.
Yeah, it's virtually for kawan-kawan lain. Good luck for your final. If you feel overwhelmed with subject, tak faham ke apa ke, reach out to your friends, buat nota, fokus on apa lecturer. Fokuskan dalam kelas, ultimately jaga hubungan dengan parent dan Allah. This is very good in, apa kita kata, nasihat daripada senior. Luna, I call her Luna. She's actually doing PSM with me. Tengah buat apa sekarang Luna? Actually Luna sebut perkataan overwhelm. So selain daripada fokus, yang I kata survey tu, nombor 2 yang orang tanya adalah how to overcome overwhelm. Or another way is anxiety kan, we are worried about things. Okay, whatever that we have shared today, open up your senses. Next semester masuk kelas, mula bagi fokus kepada apa lecturer ajar, apa yang dia highlightkan, apa yang dia kata penting. Sebab kalau you ada 7 topik dalam satu subjek, mungkin tak semua pun masuk exam kan. Dia kata ada key chapter yang kita akan assess. So you have to open up your senses and become more aware of apa yang lecturer pilih. This is so right, parents dengan hubungan, relationship, with parents and
right. Let me take on the next one. That is by Chenwen. Shy lah, tak nak cakap the type. Okay, I got to be responsible lah. Got to be responsible for my where I improve my thinking, my learning and all that is very true. My dear students, not just to Chenwen kan, all of us here. Termasuk saya, Dr. Angzzas semua. We are responsible for our actions. Kalau kita dah sedar, cara kita tu tak betul, cara tak berkesan, kena buat sesuatu lah, kena change. Alright, yang penting kita aware dulu. Yang dia sebut tadi kan, aware dulu. Very good kan? And then we move on. We have the Fatin will talk about mini rewards. Yeah, sometimes kita indulge, kita tak delay cukup lama, belum kesampaian 80% siap dapat ambil itu reward lah. Tak apalah, daripada langsung tak buat apa-apa dapat ambil kan, it's okay. Bukan a big deal kan, saya pergi earlier 80% siap dapat ambil, nanti kerjalah tu 20% tu, it's okay. Right, don't be so hard on ourselves. Remember, we are always beating ourselves up, jangan macam tu lah. Okay. And internship, Nabila was saying the meeting dengan Dr. Siti. Ya, jangan lupa ucap tanya ke Dr. Siti, your new head of department dekat JTKK tu. Apa nama tu Luna. Alright, and just a very quick one, my dear students. Ini guna pakai untuk kita semua lah. I terpanggil untuk nak sebut ni sebab it was mentioned repeatedly by Daniel. Now, students, don't think of a pink elephant. Don't even think about it. A pink elephant in the room. Chairman siap tengok bawah, terus fikir kan, betul tak? The more I say don't think about pink elephant, you lagi nak bayangkan the pink elephant. Am I right? Betul tak? In fact, start thinking different with blue polka dots or white polka dots or yellow stripes or things like that. The more we say don't, the more you do it. You see, tadi Daniel ulang kali saya tak pandai. Saya tak pandai. Saya tak pandai. Bila kita repeatedly say that, satu kali cakap pun dah bayangkan. 2 kali cakap, bayangkan lagi. Kalau satu hari tu cakap 50 kali, macam mana tu? Macam mana tu? Tak ke pink elephant tu melekat kat otak tu? Makan, tidur, mimpi pun mimpi dia. Ush, bahaya tu. Itu pink elephant tak apalah. Kalau cakap, I tak pandai, I lembab, I ni tak pantas lah. I lemah matematik. I kat FTK, macam mana nak buat algebra? Let alone solve mechanics and thermodynamics. Come on. You see? The words that we say to ourselves. Sebab tu tadi Nagan sebutkan, internal punya trigger, external punya trigger. Internal lagi managing, lagi scary daripada yang external sebenarnya. Online cakap ni, you pas baby kat you apa-apa, you lama-lama can block out, betul tak? Orang si cakap, tepi you boleh lah. Tapi yang dalam diri you, yang whisper kat diri you tu, siapa boleh kawal? Siapa chairman? You. We must be responsible for our own self-talk tu. So my dear students, start thinking about it lah. It's like after this session, now it's lunchtime, Zoho, the Muslims will pray, the rest will have their lunch if you're not fasting today. Lepas tu tenang-tenang tu, cepat-cepat lah. Just spend half an hour. So go through apa yang kita dah cakap. At least write down 3 things lah. 3 perkara pun jadilah. Yang the greatest takeaway for you, paling impactful. So that at least you spend 2 hours hari ni dengan kita, tak ada rasa buah bazirnya masa I. Kalau I ulang kaji dah settle lah 3 bab macam tu dia lah. Ya ke tak ya, tak tahulah. Okay. You get what I mean? Yeah. At least there's something coming out of it. I do that. Personally, I do that. Kalau dah kena pergi hadir sesuatu yang mungkin wajib pergi kan as a staff. Tapi rasa, Allah, tak, sebenarnya ada benda lain nak buat, you know. I have to go. So, I make sure that I take away something. Supaya tak ada rasa macam quote-unquote buang masa. Tapi ingat, setiap majlis ilmu yang kita pergi, tak ada sia-sia punya. There must be something yang kita take away, yang kita tak sedar je. Boleh lah. Jadi, ingat lah. Self-talk tu jangan cakap benda bukan-bukan lah. Ingat the pink elephant tu. Dah ni mimpi pink elephant tu. Alright, over to you, Dr. Angzzas, to wrap it up. Mike.
I rasa itu saja. Kita dah pukul 1:06. I'm sorry, we are sorry that we took a little bit more time here, 6 minutes. Okay, daripada Dr. Shahida, ada pelajar yang belum rakam kehadiran melalui QR code, mohon tunggu hingga akhir ya. Kenapa nak tunggu akhir? I think we have finished. We can stop
share her screen for them to do the QR.
The what? Where is it?
Dr. Shahida will share her screen for the QR code for them to scan.
I think that's it, Dr. Shahida. It's over, back to you. Nak bagi yang gambar sharing screen tadi tu. If you have anything that you want us to help you with, macam tadi Daniel, we can just go and ask your mind apa sebenarnya yang they worry about and how to manage it. Maybe short after this or bila masa yang sesuai, okay? It won't take long, maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes je. It's a good session, okay. Right, that's it, that's from me. Thank you so much guys. I doakan, both of us doakan that your finals, do your best in your finals. Jangan rasa so stress out untuk dapatkan A tu, as long as you are better. As long as you are doing better. Syahidah is printing here. Okay, as long as you are able to study, you are able to make apa kita kata lebih faham daripada apa you sebelum ni, that is good enough. And you have integrity. Itu yang paling penting, integrity kan. Kalau dia kata buka open book, jangan open book lah. I know it's very tempting, ada bisikan-bisikan tu, you know, all the like my daughter said that bisikan syaitan tu banyak, and then it clouded your thinking, and then it affect your emotion, and then affect your action. Last kali you dapatlah result begitu. So that's it. Yeah, PM us if you need us. All the best. Take care.
Alright guys, ciao. Take good care. Salam.
Oh, rupa-rupanya I masih ada satu lagi gadget di sini. Kita dah stop recording kan? Dr. Syahidah, can we just stop the recording? So anybody else yang nak hang around, yang nak tanya apa-apa, they can. Who is recording this? Not from you. No. Siapa yang familiar faces?